This was real. But you know what? It's very irresponsible of me because this is like, I have a huge day in Los Angeles.
Have you been to sleep since Super Bowl?
No.
Oh.
So wait a minute. So you got up at noon and started drinking on Saturday.
I went back down to the craps tables.
Dude, why don't you just come home? You're not,
You're crazy. You're gonna.
Artie, did you go to the rock spa at all for anything? The workout.
Oh, that's the other thing. I took a steam with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Did you see his schlong?
Who? I'm telling you, it's not that impressive.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Hey, that's big news.
Hey, now. That's an exclusive.
What happened? You walked in the steam room?
I go downstairs. This was today. This is fast forwarding a little bit. I had to sweat the booze out before I watched the Super Bowl.
Right.
The last couple of days. So I remember when we were here before, the Hard Rock has this amazing spa.
Right.
And they have a great steam room. So I said I'll go sweat the booze out in the steam room. I go down there.
See, the Hard Rock's all set up for degenerates.
Yeah.
They know what they need.
I go down there, and I go in the steam room, and I'm sitting there by myself, and Rodman walks in, buck naked.
Of course.
And just sits there. He doesn't even put a towel down, you know. He just sits right down.
With his ass.
Ass
with
on
his ass
tile?
on the steam thing.
Ass.
Yeah, it's just Detroit Pistons ass all over.
Right.
And there's so much steam in the room that we're sitting 2 feet from each other. And I mean, he's been on the show a couple of times, but he had no idea who I was.
Right.
And I didn't want to bug him. So I'm just sitting there trying to put my head up and not look. But of course, it's Dennis Rodman. You're curious.
Right.
You want to see what Carmen Electra was getting.
Right. And it wasn't that big?
So listen. So
it was just you and him.
I take a quick glance down, and it's, you know what? It's not that impressive.
Good.
I mean, Artie, compared to you.
Compared to me, it's impressive.
Oh.
He has more than you.
Yeah, he's got more. That's the exclusive. Dennis Rodman has a bigger penis than me.
What, would you say it was like...
I'd say, again, I did it real quick. But I'd say flaccid, you're looking at maybe, 3-4 inches.
Ooh, you're kidding.
But that's pretty good. I mean, what do you expect?
Well, you expect him to be a shower.
You know what? This may be racial profiling, but I expected like
a baseball bat.
Yeah,
now, the next time you got to bring a ruler with you so we know the exact inches. You should have got. Excuse me, Mr. Robin, I have to measure you for the show.
It was like a quick glance, you know.
Wow.
And then he was doing like exercises in the steam room, and I was wearing like I had my jeans on in the steam room.
Oh.
What?
The same jeans you're wearing now?
Whoa. You had your jeans on.
I was so messed up that I just kind of wandered down there and went into the and they all.
Dude,
did you take off your shoes?
Everybody at the Hard Rock is incredibly nice to me because they know I'm with you.
But why don't you just put on a robe? They give you robes to wear.
Because I just didn't feel like it.
Did you have a shirt on?
Was your shirt on?
And I had a shirt on. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you take off your shoes and socks?
Wait a second, Artie. You're telling me you wore your pants and your shirt in the steam room?
I wore Lee jeans.
What did Rodman think when he was sitting there and you're in your pants and your shirt?
He barely knew I was there.
Dude, there's no way that looks normal.
But did he? You took off your shoes and your socks?
No, yeah, I had socks on.
Could you imagine that?
So were you just like really drunk and you just walked into the table?
I was still loaded.
You weren't that drunk because you were probably self-conscious about your body.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, no, I look gross, and I don't want to I get depressed when I see myself without a shirt on.
How long did you stay in the steam room with your clothes on?
I just wanted to sweat. That's all I wanted to do. Was just sweat.
But then when you got out, you were soaking wet. You must have been freezing.
Yeah, when I got out, then I walked through then I walked back through the casino, you know, with sweaty clothes. It looked like I just got hit with a hose or something.
Holy mackerel!
What a mess you are.
This was the Vegas weekend to end all Vegas weekends.
Howard, most important, Artie's having fun. Most important.
So you... all right, so then Super Bowl, tell me the bets.
So, for the Super Bowl, I had the coin toss, I won 500 on.
Go ahead.
The over, I won $4,000 on.
All right, but wait a second. Were you freaking out up at halftime? The score was, like, ridiculously low.
Well, I was watching it with Sam, and we were into the second quarter, and he goes, Artie Lange bet the over, and it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, there was no scoring first quarter at all.
Were you nervous at that point?
Oh, my God. I wrote it off. I said there's no way, it's impossible to win. And, you know, the Hard Rock got me in the VIP party, and I'm sitting there just screaming and yelling, and people are looking at me like I'm nuts, and there was no scoring, you know, and then all that scoring happened at the end of the first half, and I just...
Holy mackerel.
End up a few notches.
But did you bet the field goal bet?
I bet, okay. I didn't bet the field goal bet, no.
Okay.
Which is a good thing, because Vinatieri missed 2 field goals.
Right.
Yeah, they have to make them all, right?
That's right.
Which was killing me. But I bet, this was a great bet. I bet the over on the Patriots' total amount of points.
What was that? What was
22.5.
Oh,
very nice.
I saw that, and I was like, the Patriots got to go over 22.5. That's one of those teams.
Hey, I got to hand it to you. Remember?
I bet $1,000 on that.
Remember how everyone was saying you don't know football because you're the 2 best defensive teams in the league? And you know,
yeah, don't bet the over.
Yeah, so.
I mean, 38 is an insanely low over-under for a Super Bowl. Everybody wants to score. You know, at the end, people are... You know, in junk time, even when people would lay back, they score in the Super Bowl.
What else? So what else did you bet? Anything else?
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Those were the large bets that I made.
So then after the Super Bowl, you just stayed up and gambled all night?
After Howard, when that game went over, when the Panthers scored a TD.
Yeah.
The party was on.
I moved the party at halftime up to my suite up here. I had a bunch of my buddies from Jersey over, and we watched the second half in my suite. We got like chicken wings, and I was with Bob Levy and Dan the song parody man.
Yeah, that guy.
He's a great guy. We had wings. We ordered steaks, roast beef sandwiches. I was like, everything's on me.
Like a Roman orgy.
We were screaming and yelling.
Did the Hard Rock comp you all that food?
Yeah, everything was comp. Actually, you know, the kid who produced the gig I came out here to do, this kid Jeff Beecher, a great guy, he brought Kelly Osbourne up to my suite.
Really?
She was in the hotel.
Anybody bang her?
Nobody banged her, no.
Well, what, did she look at you and run out?
She could not have been more annoyed. It was me. Listen, this is Kelly Osbourne. She's used to, like, going to parties with, like, the Hilton sisters and, like, George Clooney.
Right.
For the second half of the Super Bowl, she came up to my suite. It was me, like 4 of my buddies from Jersey, Levy and Dan the song parody.
How quick and boat face did she make?
Yeah,
I had AC/DC in the CD player live at Donington.
How long did she last there?
Howard, she was in my room for 3 minutes. She came up with a friend of hers. They were both very nice. They were very polite. You know, I gave her the most comfortable chair in the room, I thought. We're eating chicken wings. I'm drunk. I got chicken sauce on my face. And the over comes in. All my buddies had the over too. I convinced them to bet it. We went nuts on dessert. Like,
she ran out.
She got scared.
And like, was she all dressed up with like one of those weird hairdos and like makeup?
For a party.
Yeah, she's all dressed to the nines.
I heard
Artie's
there was
in the jeans. He went to the steam room.
I heard there was a party in Artie Lange's room. Let's go.
She had a look on her face like, you guys are gross.
You guys are grosser than my brother Jack.
That's a Super Bowl party, dude. I mean, you know, what did you expect? You mean you guys actually were interested in watching the Super Bowl?
Howard, this is a rich broad, grew up in Beverly Hills in London. She was with me and my buddy Anthony watching a game that we have the bet on the over.
Hey, Dan, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
What's up?
Hey, it's Dan. I lost Artie. I guess you got him on the phone now, but he disappeared a couple hours ago.
Oh, you're Dan, the song parody man?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
Dan.
sir.
Yeah.
Hey, Artie, you're on the line still.
Well, what do you got to say, Dan?
Well, the most amazing thing, aside from the amount of alcohol that Artie and Levy consume collectively, which is just, you can't even measure it, you know, by the gallon. But the most amazing thing was that Artie actually turned down one shot of tequila from a fan. Aside from that, he did not turn down one drink the entire weekend.
I'm picturing Artie in the steam room with his clothes on with a naked Dennis Rodman and then walking through the Hard Rock air-conditioned lobby completely wet.
Drenched.
Howard, I was in the steam room at the Hard Rock in an outfit. I looked like, you know, I was working construction.
Yeah, you look like you were fixing the steam room.
Wayne, you're on the air.
Yeah, what's going on, Howard? Listen, Artie was at the blackjack table, right? He was getting pissed. He was all supposed to bet up on freaking JD. He was on a good roll and everything. But then all of a sudden, what happened, Artie? Remember when you came through and you spilled them drinks and everything, you started losing some money then? What happened?
You spilled the
Artie,
drinks?
thank you, though, because I bet on the over and lost some money, yo. Good looking. Peace, yo. Good looking.
Hey, Artie, what happened? You spilled drinks all over the blackjack table?
I spilled a drink on the blackjack.
Did they get pissed?
No, again, I'm with you, brother.
Howard, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I wasn't even there. I just knew he probably would.
That's too funny.
That's funny.
You predicted I spilled a drink?
Yes.
I spilled one drink. This was at like 4 a.m. It was actually a beer because by the end of the night I just started doing chilled shots at JD and you know, drinking Heinekens to chase it.
Oh, my stomach is burning just listening to you.
How much sleep have you gotten collectively? Like, would you think more than 6 hours for the whole weekend?
Nah, I'd say 5 hours.
Wow, you're gonna crash, dude.
Right in one of those meetings today.
So what are you supposed to do?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to go listen, you know.
So you didn't even go to bed last night, so what do you got to do? You got to go to these meetings in L.A. at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And then an audition.
Howard, yeah, it's not even a meeting. It's an audition.
With Mike Judge.
Yeah, with Mike Judge.
Now, have you gone to the steam room to steam out some of the booze?
I should go. I got my flights in 3 hours. I should go down there.
Why didn't you sleep last night? Because you just played cards the whole night?
Yeah, no. After the Super Bowl, we went down, we played blackjack, and then we went strip club hopping.
Oh.
We were over at Club Paradise.
You find your girlfriend?
No, she's not around.
She was repulsed.
Yeah. I'm looking for that whore the same way OJ's looking for the real killer.
Wow.
But we went strip club hopping. We went Club Paradise.
And then you just said, screw it, let's stay up all night?
Yeah, what am I going to do? I won the over in the Super Bowl. What am I going to get?
I don't know, but like at some point, don't you go, wow, I got an audition tomorrow. I think I better get some sleep.
Yeah, this is very irresponsible of me.
Did you ever think of it, Artie, or did you just not care?
I completely forgot.
You did?
I forgot about it.
Mike, you're on the air.
Hey there.
Hey now.
Morning, Howard. You don't know the two bastards. Listen, so envious of Artie, bro. He's got a great job, drinks whatever he wants, eats like the freaking Galvone,
And still had the job with you.
Ralph, you're on the air.
I'm going to take the over-under when Artie's going to die. 3 years. Hey, you know, Artie, you there?
Yeah.
You know, I love you. You know, you're a great guy and you're fun and everything, but don't you kind of think, like, you said you go to the Hard Rock Hotel, right? And they're treating you good because, you know, you're with the show and with Howard and everything like that. And then you go out and you just kind of make, you know, kind of a fool of yourself, and you're screaming and yelling.
This is Ralph saying it.
And you're
like he doesn't make a spectacle.
Wait, let me finish.
Be very careful what you say. Right?
Yeah, you're in the steam room with your clothes on and stuff. Like, does it ever cross your mind? I'm not saying, like, hey, it's a problem. But that's cross your mind that maybe it reflects bad on Howard?
Oh, yeah, look who's worried about reflecting poorly on Howard.
Haven't you done enough of that?
Hey, Ralph, are you kidding me?
You got to be joking.
You really have to be out of your mind right now.
Does it ever occur to you, Ralph?
What? I haven't done anything like that.
Oh.
Well, aren't you the guy who passed out on the street when you were supposed to be coming up here because you were tripping?
Yeah, but people at the Hard Rock didn't know that.
And don't you piss off every business relationship you work with?
Haven't you gone on several shoots with me where they said we really don't want Ralph here?
Yeah.
You know, that's not the point.
And Ralph, don't you owe me $105 from bets you put on last week?
No, didn't Will pay you back for it?
Yeah, Will. Howard, Ralph puts bets in with me, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He loses $105. I see him at the party last weekend. I go, where's the $100? He goes, oh, Will owes me money.
You told me to let it ride. You told me to let it ride. What are you talking about?
No. I said you let the 50 ride. Like, I'm not going to go ask Will, who's got no money, for Ralph's money.
Yeah, I
was going to let it ride to the Super Bowl.
Ralph, Artie, why are you taking bets from him?
Wait, he calls me up.
Don't get involved. Let him place his own bets.
You don't know how Ralph hunts Artie down so he can place these bets.
Oh.
He's hard to find.
He keeps me on the phone for a half an hour, Howard. About different bets, and then he bets $50. I'm not going to call a bookie with a $50 bet. He just never stopped punching me in the face.
Hey, Mike Judge is on the phone. Hey, Mike.
Artie, you suck.
Yeah.
You stay home.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for checking in.
Hey, Howard, man, it was a great weekend.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds like you stayed up to take a part of everything that happened.
The whole thing. I'll tell you what, the show is huge out here, man. I did stand up in the same room Bowie did. It was.
How was Bowie's stand up?
Yeah, right. It was 1,200 seats, sold out. You know, the crowd was great. The show went good. You know, we went out afterwards. I won money on the bowl. It was just the whole weekend was just like amazing. It was so out of character of me.
So you're
leaving Vegas with money.
I'm leaving Vegas up a good amount of money.
How much?
$8,000.
And that includes your salary.
No. And then on top of the money I got paid for the stand-up.
Right.
Wow.
You didn't lose your money.
No, I 8 G's is the money I'm up from gambling.
Wow.
$8,000?
Trust me, he'll lose that. Don't worry.
Wow.
All right, Artie. Good luck with your auditions.
Thanks, Howard.
All I have to say is March Madness is on the way.
Yeah, I got some stake money. I'm ready.
All right, later, bro.
Good talking to you, man.
Right.
Bye.
Man, oh, man.
How is he still alive after a weekend
All
like that?
I can say is thank goodness he doesn't have any more time there. Because he died.
How does he do it? I could never stay up that many hours.
Well, you can hear his voice is a little shot.
You know what?
I can't imagine what he looks like.
For a guy who stayed up an entire weekend drinking that much alcohol and eating horrible food, he's in pretty good shape, and he will go out and audition and be fine.
But just imagine what he looks like. He was in a steam room, fully dressed.
Denise, hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Is this Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to just talk about Artie for a second. I told the guy on the phone I'm his match made in heaven. I've been up all night betting the Super Bowl myself.
All right.
I wanted to come down and see him, but he's not going to be available today.
No, he'll be here about Thursday or something. Hey, Mike.
You'll have to get a little sleep before you can see him.
Mike, you're on the air.
Howard, how you doing? I work at the Hard Rock. I'm in charge of the bathroom facilities. And Artie's sitting there at the urinal bobbing and weaving, totally missing the mark, and doing it all over the floor. The guy's disgusting.
I don't know if I buy that.
It could have happened.
Yeah. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Stop. See what I got here. The hell is the email? So let's do the email, and then I don't even have it. Got a lot of email about radio host Mike Savage is saying I was scum and responsible for the moral decay and slime of society. I really couldn't care less. I don't even know who he is. I just know he's the guy who got fired for saying that gay people are evil or something. Who cares? Like, get over it, dude. You old fart. You know. Any guy who's that uptight about homos is probably a homo. And that's the bottom line. Think about it. If somebody goes up to someone and says, "Hey, man, you're gay," they can react in two ways. One way you could do is like kill the guy for saying it because it freaks you out and it's not true.
Right.
And the other thing would be like, "That's so funny." Now, the guy who says that's so funny is the guy who knows he isn't a homo.
Or he's gay.
Or he's gay. Goes one or two ways. The guy who goes, "I'm going to kill you," is the guy who has feelings like, "Oh, my God, maybe it's true."
He figured me out.
Yeah.
Kill him.
That's the only thing I can tell you, man. Right. Homo bashers are probably gay.
Well, I've never understood that whole idea that if you stand around a bunch of gay people, you'll turn gay.
Yeah.
I don't think that could happen.
The only person that ever happened to was Fred.
It happened to me with those queer-eyed guys.
Okay, what else does it say here in the email? I don't know. I seem to have lost it. Can you believe that? Can you believe I could lose something?
Now, that's unheard of.
That's never happened on the show before.
You have such an organized desk over there.
Yeah, I tell you, it makes me mental. All right, I've officially lost the email. All right, I talked about Jessica Simpson. I can't believe I lost the email. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. All right, I found it.
See how simple it was.
Yeah, it's easy. A lot of people wrote in to say Artie is the best. Why do you make fun of Artie? Who makes fun of Artie? I mean, who makes fun of Artie?
So what they mean?
So what if he's fat? He's still funny as hell. He's way better than Jackie. He just doesn't sit there and laugh at everything you say. Artie, you're the best. Keep up the good work. Here's another one. I swear Artie just gets better and better. Peeing outside of a club and having 2 cops tap on his shoulder is amazing. I love this guy. Here's someone who criticizes Artie. He thinks he's gay.
Right.
I think Artie enjoyed gay anal ring toss a little too much.
Hey, I'm going to kill you. I'm not gay.
He sounded like he was really enjoying it. Not just the thought of feeling of Carmen Electra, but the act of tossing rings at a man's bare ass. So there you go. Here's someone who makes a show suggestion. They want a cabbie and mom reunion.
Oh, no.
They remind me that it's been about 1 year since I arranged for Cabbie to meet his biological mother.
That's true. It was in January of last year.
And all I know is within 1 year, Cabbie got adopted by his biological mother, and then now avoids her phone calls because he can't take the involvement. Because she wants to know him too much.
She actually wants to have a relationship with him.
Yeah.
We thought that might work out a little differently.
Yeah, so that might be funny, and I'm going to look into it. A lot of people like when we played Howard Dean's speech yesterday and played AC/DC music. By the way, I'm really enthralled with this new concept of playing the Howard Dean speech and then having women moan, because it does sound very sexual.
Not only are we going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin, we're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. We're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. We will not give up. We will not give up in New Hampshire. We will not give up in South Carolina. We will not give up in Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, North Dakota, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan. We will not quit now or ever. We want our country back for ordinary Americans. And we're going to win in Massachusetts, and North Carolina, and Missouri, and Arkansas, and Connecticut, and New York, and Ohio.
Made up my mind to make a new start.
We're going to California.
In my heart.
Ohio.
Be a part of it.
New York. New York. Arizona. Dakota. Pennsylvania. Ohio. D.C. California. Welcome to the hotel. California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely
Just rock it out.
Such a lovely place.
Here he comes.
Ready room at the hotel. California.
There it
You
is.
do a lot with that speech.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding?
Dan the song parody, man.
Dan the man. Dan the man. And by the way, at my birthday party, I was surprised to learn that my executive producer, Robin Radzinski, has a boyfriend.
I thought you would have. I said, did he catch that or not?
Yeah, I saw that going on. Little romance.
Really nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah, I didn't get to spend much time with him for my running around, so good-looking guy.
Dashing.
Yeah. Not used
So
to her.
what do you know about this new romance?
I don't know anything what's going on. Do you know anything?
No.
No.
I thought you'd get the scoop. You're
No.
the nosy one.
No. Not in real life.
I got the scoop, but I was too drunk to remember.
Oh, you.
What's going on with this guy? I heard the only thing I heard was he lives in California.
Yeah, he lives in California. His name's Peter. He's a great guy. I met him last summer. He's a retired fireman.
Yeah.
And,
What's going on here? Are you getting serious feelings?
I like him a lot, and I know he likes me a lot, but I don't, he lives in California.
How did you meet this guy?
I met him surfing. He's a big surfer, snowboarder, kind of athletic guy. And we have a mutual friend, and a bunch of us all went surfing. And
So he saw you in a swimsuit, like the whole package, and then took you home and banged you.
no, actually, you know what? I came on to him.
Oh, you did?
I seduced him.
You did?
Yeah. He
Sounds hot.
he's kind of shy, I guess.
Yeah.
And I saw him.
How'd you seduce him? What's the move?
Well, I saw him over Thanksgiving week, and we hung out again for the day and went hiking. And at the end of the day, he said, "Okay, well, see you around." And as he was driving away, I kind of screamed out his name.
Well, you get all romantic. Look, you get all soft.
Look at her. What is this person?
I'm not a...
Yeah, you scream out his name.
I'm nervous. So I screamed out his name, and he rolled back up, and I said, Peter, I have a huge crush on you.
Look at this.
And he said, "You do? You guys are dumb." And he said, "You do?"
Yeah, I never know if someone likes me.
That's never happened.
Someone's got to really spell it out.
Or you're stuttering John, you think everybody likes you.
Yeah. I think everyone hates me.
So he was shocked, and I said, I do, from the first time I met you, that time we went surfing. And he said, well, what do you want to do about that? And I told him I wanted to go back with him to his house.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at this. This is like pen-past letters. I didn't think crap like this ever happened. I'll tell you what I want to do about it. Anal, okay?
I want to take you to my house in Arizona and Montana and Michigan and California and New Jersey. Fire! Fire! Yeah! You ready for some hiking, Redden?
What a little dirty deed.
Yeah! Those
All I know is this dude was rubbing her ass during the party.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
That was my ass.
I was going to go like, oh, that was your ass?
My ass.
He was rubbing your ass during the party.
He's very sweet and very affectionate.
Yeah, huh?
He's a great guy.
You like that kind of thing, huh?
Yeah, I do like that.
When a guy rubs your ass.
Yeah, I like when he rubs me all over.
Man, he was taking liberties. I was like, how long?
No idea
was
that
like,
was going on.
I never met this guy. He's already rubbing her ass.
But when I was doing the rotations of the seating, I was like, I got to put Robin and its new boyfriend at Howard's table so he can get the scoop.
He's not my boyfriend, but he's a really great guy who I like very much.
Right.
God, those rotations confused the hell out of me by the end of the night.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You going to move him to New York or what?
No, he's very California.
Yeah.
And I'll just see him when I go to L.A.
That's all. Bang him out there.
Yeah, I'll
Don't
see
get
him.
crazy.
I'll see him soon.
What, are you getting nervous?
Yeah, don't go giving up your job for
He
some
gets
dude.
nervous when he sees a girl getting attached.
Yeah, do me a favor.
Don't worry about that. I'm not
I can
quitting.
tell you 20 things wrong with the guy, okay, in case you start having feelings, real deep feelings.
No, I'm not quitting to have kids.
Good.
You're very funny. You remember the first time I had one date with Mr. X, and I was telling Howard I had a great time. He said, Robin, there's no provisions in your contract for you getting pregnant. I was like, what?
That's right.
What date?
I laid it right out.
Yep.
Can't you bang someone in New York?
You know what? I'm getting closer. I meet guys in Greece. I meet them in
Good.
Turkey. Now it's California. Maybe
It's in
New
the
York
country.
Bang someone in New York. Plenty of guys. There's 80 million guys in New York. Bang one of them. Let them rub your ass.
All right.
When you go out to California, that guy can rub your ass.
Yes, line them up.
Have
Line
one in
up.
every state, like Dean says.
So then you went back to his house and you did it?
Oh, my God. We had the best night.
Really?
It was so excellent. It was one of the,
Romantic?
one of the most... you know what? I think romance is overrated. Sometimes you just want to have a great time. And you know, just...
What is the best night?
Wildly sexual.
It wasn't wild?
It was wildly sexual, totally just animal.
Yeah, she's not. She says it wasn't like lit candlelight and.
Yeah.
Would he just throw you up on a sink and bang you?
All over. It just
all over the house.
It was just. It was like just mad, passionate.
Did you shave each other?
No, we didn't
No.
have to.
Oh,
There was all action, Howard. There was no downtime.
Did you spank him?
No, I don't remember spanking him. It was just like kind of just animal sex. It was just sex.
Yeah, that guy looks like he has a big hose. He's very manly.
He's very manly.
Yeah, I'd be afraid of that hose.
Big guy.
I don't know if I
Fire
can
hose.
handle it.
The fireman.
Firemen have big hoses.
Yes.
You didn't call me N-word, did you?
That wouldn't have been
That
appropriate.
wasn't you and Peter. But
Yeah, he didn't ask.
Say nigga. Me hard. Me hard. Say nigga. Me hard. Nigga. Me hard.
Wow.
Again. Nigga. Me hard. Nigga. Me hard. Nigga. Me hard.
Enough of your sex.
you know
No,
what
seriously,
would really be funny if two white people were doing that.
I've
I've
tried
done
it. Yeah.
And this guy went along with it. It was great.
I do it with the word wop.
So, wow, the best sex you ever had?
You know what? It was a top 10 night for sure.
Really?
Wow. Fireman, put out my fire.
Who knew?
Yeah. But you know what was the greatest part was that I you know, like, he was just going to drive away. And the fact that I kind of yelled out his name and this whole really magical night happened. Yeah.
He took you back and banged you crazy.
Yeah. And then he came to New York and spent a week in New York, and we had a blast here.
Look at you getting laid.
Yeah.
How many times did he do you that day? Like 3?
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
That's
accurate?
That sounds accurate.
Yeah. That's not how many times I orgasm, but that's...
How many times did you orgasm?
More than that.
More than 3?
But it was 3 sessions.
Wow. Robin getting busy.
Robin's a little jealous.
I know.
Yeah, I've had those times, my dear.
Yeah, when?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
When did it happen?
When did it happen?
Mr.
How many
X?
times have I told you about the guy in the Caribbean?
Yeah, but that was 100 years ago.
I'm still telling you that these things become memories that you keep forever.
Hey, you girls do double team me, I guarantee a couple orgasms. Wow.
See, I've never been in the room when a woman's had an orgasm.
Oh.
Pretty wild from what I hear.
Yeah.
Come on, you've never been in the room when somebody else is having sex?
No, Robin, that's correct.
They call that new poon. Let's see that guy deliver that kind of night in 3 years. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she'll have it with a different guy.
Mr. Big Shot.
She's keeping her options.
Mr. Surfer. Yeah, if I had all day to surf, I could maybe give someone an orgasm.
Sorry, I don't snowboard. Sorry, I don't surf.
Sorry, I don't hike.
Sorry, I'm uncoordinated.
Sorry, I look like a spaz on skis.
Wow.
But yeah, he's a very nice guy, and I hope this doesn't embarrass him too much.
Oh, please. What guy wants to hear?
Yeah.
What guy doesn't want to hear?
Guy hates it when this is
on radio that he's great in bed, and it was an incredible night. What else made it romantic? Just the sex, or like in between he was telling you stuff?
He was very affectionate, and he's just a super great, nice guy.
Affectionate but rough, too, at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was saying it wasn't so much about romance. That's what she said. It was like wild, heavy-duty, intense.
Give it to you hard, huh?
Yeah, Rob, but we won't want to embarrass him by telling a story about how he gave you multiple orgasms.
Yeah.
So I like talking to chicks about this stuff. You learn stuff. But they have to give it to you hard, but also be kind of sensitive at the same time.
Not even so much the sensitive
He
part.
doesn't get it. He's never done this.
I haven't. I'm not able to
He's
do this.
Mr. Romance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I romance
Give it to you hard, then like sleep with you in a headlock, snore in your ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like a man.
Really? Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Guy.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
For me to please a chick, it usually takes like a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah, sleep with you in a headlock.
Well, you know what I mean?
Just like you're all draped all over each other.
No, that's a little too much for me. I don't want to get all sweated on. I could belch on you.
You can fart.
I can fart and belch in my
And
sleep.
put the covers over
You
your
want a
head.
man? I could do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll come in time.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. You're walking around like light as feathers.
I was surprised at you not mentioning that first thing Monday morning.
Well, I wanted to have some class. Wait a week. Before I started. No, I caught the guy rubbing her ass. I saw that. I didn't like that.
Catch that.
That I thought was a little inappropriate.
I remember
At a Howard Stern birthday party.
I remember trying to eat the guy's duck. I apologize for that.
Yeah. While he was grabbing your ass, Artie ate his plate.
Hey, you're a nice guy. Can I have your risotto?
Yeah. Robin says you're nice.
Yeah, that was a little embarrassing. I felt a little...
What, when Artie ate the dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, when he was grabbing your ass?
Duck. Yeah, you know, when he was being affectionate in front of, like, you know, Will and J.D.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no.
You know.
I don't know who Robin is.
Hey, listen, you know, let me get used to it.
Yeah, let me get used to it.
Right. Well, good for you. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it was a great time. Thank you.
Nothing better than seeing somebody happy and getting their ass rubbed.
Yeah, that is nice.
Good times.
It was a great party in a lot of ways.
Casey, come here and rub my ass a little bit.
Hey, Casey, yell Casey's name. Come back.
Yes, boss.
You know, Howard has a crush on you?
Hey, Casey, I have a crush on you. Come back here. Well, what do you want to do about it?
What do you want to do about it?
You know what's great about the party was that guy that we never met before was there, and Scott the engineer wasn't.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air. Let's take a couple of phone calls.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Long-time listener, and I know the show is not about promoting hate speech, but something was said yesterday that you guys let pass that I think qualifies as pure hate speech.
Okay.
What was that?
At about 10:07 yesterday morning, you guys were talking about some football bets, and just right under the radar, Lange over there comes up with referring to Martin Luther King Day as National N-Word Day.
Oh, I heard that, but it was in reference to a call that was made.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
No,
it
it
was.
talked about his weekend, and I'm sorry, that qualifies as
Weren't
hate
we
speech.
talking about people who have problems with the fact that it's Martin Luther King Day?
There's a guy who called in and said you took off Nigger Day.
Yes, and Artie was... Sir, Artie was referencing the... Listen, I know it was here, and if Artie was saying that kind of stuff, I wouldn't have him on the show.
No, it was out of context entirely.
You have it out of context.
Because you didn't hear the
Maybe
call.
You didn't hear the call.
I did. I was listening to it.
It was a joke.
Then if you heard the call, then how could you not know we were referring to that?
Because it was you were talking about football bets specifically, and he just slides in under the radar. He's so one-dimensional anyway.
No, that's not the case. And in fact, I did a whole rant yesterday about... I know so many guys who are like uptight that it's Martin Luther King Day. They don't even understand why Martin Luther King was great and why he deserves a
mention
day.
of that in that discussion. That was later.
Well, I'm humbly disagreeing with you, but you can disagree with me. If you choose to see it that way, that's your problem.
It's just...
All right, okay, we heard it. It's enough. How many times are you going to repeat the same stupid-ass story?
I cleaned it up. I was nice enough to say N-word.
N-word.
That's right.
The caller said the whole thing.
Artie, that was very nice of you to say the N-word.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
What a good guy. Martin Luther King, lest anyone forget, because people say to me, well, he shouldn't have a day. He's not a president. He did just giving him a holiday because he's black, and the blacks need a holiday. Well, maybe black people do need a holiday in this country. But I believe, certainly, that Martin Luther King was one of the greatest men that ever lived. And I'm not kidding when I say that. If you ever read some of the things that this guy came out with, they were incredibly profound. You know, he said, I could quote stuff that he has said that, to me, blows my mind, but it's long and, you know, you got to kind of really sit and think. I'm trying to think about my favorite Martin Luther King quote, and I would have to say, it's a tough one to pull one out, but you got to read some of his speeches. And the guy was a genius and was able to look at his enemies as friends, which was really weird. I mean, like Gandhi-like.
Well, he created a revolution in this country, and he was the only one that got shot.
Yeah. Nonviolence means avoiding not only external physical violence, but also internal violence of spirit. You not only refuse to shoot a man, but you refuse to hate him. That's pretty heavy stuff.
And it turns out he was the only one who could do it. Him and Gandhi.
He was an amazing man. I said to my children, I'm going to work and do everything that I can so that you get a good education. I don't want ever for you to forget that there are millions of God's children who will not and cannot get a good education. And I don't want you feeling that you're better than they are. For you will never be what you ought to be until they are what they ought to be. I mean, that guy was off the chart smart. And it's too bad somebody shot him.
It was more than off the chart smart, because a lot of smart people just don't care.
He cared.
Was off the
He
chart.
actually cared. He actually cared. And I'll tell you what, the guy who shot him was a complete mutant who didn't have a thought in his head or a care for anybody. And, you know, it's so unfair. I remember thinking how unfair it was that the guy was dead. And the fact that he's a black guy, a lot of people have problems with that. They can't accept that a black guy could actually have feelings and be smart, but he is. And you better goddamn believe we should have a Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, this country could have been torn apart, and it wasn't because of him.
Yeah.
That's what people don't think about. They're thinking, oh, the blacks need a holiday. No, you should be celebrating because your life wasn't destroyed by a civil war, civil unrest.
Listen to this. One last quote. Think about it. If you succumb to the temptation of using violence in this struggle, unborn generations will be the recipients of a long and desolate night of bitterness, and your chief legacy to the future will be an endless reign of meaningless chaos. Martin Luther King Jr., Justice Without Violence. That dude knew what he was talking about. The more you hate, the more you pass it on to your children, they'll never get out of the endless loop of hate.
But also, we become a Kosovo or a Yugoslavia or a Lebanon where there's just nobody talking to anybody, armed camps all over the place, and just waiting for the police to turn around so you can kill each other.
Martin Luther King was one of the greatest men this country ever produced. So he should have a day, and F you if you don't think he should. And that's the end of that. And I know what I'm talking about, too.
For a change.
For a change.
You must have
For
thought
once.
this through.
I thought it through, okay?
Someone to get something in there.
But I mean, Howard tries to gauge.
That's on display.
I mean, she could be very sexual talking about what she's doing, but Howard tries to gauge that, and it could be insulting to her. Even though she was talking about what she was talking about, it might be insulting to get her on the Sybian. You know, and she's got more appearances coming up, and you know,
she was alluding to it.
Well,
at the
beginning.
You're
right.
Yeah,
she did mention it.
And then I thought to myself, oh, that'd be really funny. Maybe she'll get on the Sybian because she's wearing underwear. It's not that big a deal. But she said she wasn't wearing underwear, and then she even said something that her private parts would engulf it or something like that.
I thought she had ridden the Sybian. Who was the big one that
Carmen Electra?
Carmen Electra. She wore it with. She did it with underwear on.
Did we? Was there something with her peeing in her pants afterwards?
Tickle chair.
Was that Jenny?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Jenny peed in the tickle chair?
She sure did.
I don't remember that.
When it comes to piss, I don't forget.
I get all my water. I'll get my water in the tickle chair confused because I think So Maria Menounos was the one who spilled all the water on her, right?
Yes.
It was a creepy grin again.
No, because I was the one doing it. That's the creepy
Matt in
grin.
California, you're on the wrap-up show.
We all have it, care.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, listen, I just want to talk a little bit about Jen McCarthy. Yeah, she was a great guest today, and I got to agree with the last cat about the city and would have been awesome, but she's just very open and very candid. It was a great interview again by Howard. You know, he's just one of the best interviewers probably ever, and it's just pretty awesome. You know, it was really good show today, and Joe Walsh was good too.
Yeah, I mean, the sex stuff with Jenny was amazing. I've never heard anybody come on the show who has any celebrity at all and be that open. But even the stuff she talked about afterwards, I still thought was great as well. Although JD wanted to go back to her blowjob techniques.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was a really good interview. Thanks for calling. Sal, I see you in here. You went in towards the end of the show to defend your new teeth. Congratulations on that.
And congrats on your new show.
Thank you, my friend. But it seemed that this is one of those situations where Howard had to tell you, don't cover your teeth when you're laughing.
I don't want Gary to see them and make fun of them.
That's where I'm going with this.
First of all, you look like Ross when Ross on Friends got his teeth whitened. And
as long as my teeth don't smell like Ross's teeth, I'll be fine. Sorry, Ross. But Gary started Ross. All right, look like Ross how?
Ross from Friends.
Oh, shit! Oh, my God! I can't believe
But good work.
Oh, my God.
I was talking about. I said
Sorry, Ross from Friends. Oh, fuck, did I put my foot in my mouth?
You sure did. You are one of a kind.
I just kicked out my new teeth.
But this was one of those situations where it seemed like Howard told you were inappropriate, therefore you're like, you know what, I guess I see that, when you were getting them and the jokes you made and things like that. But do you really feel like you did anything wrong when you were in there?
I think I'm a normal guy. I think I'm getting my teeth done. I have a little gas going. I have a beautiful assistant to the left of me.
If you're so normal, how come you're the only one that seems to get this kind of trouble?
I don't know. You guys bring it to light.
But it should be like everybody should be. You should hear every day, oh, my God, some guy went to the dentist office, used the N-word. You don't only hear about you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't use the N-word N-word, not N-word in a derogatory sense, like when that black guy stole your chocolate, Gary. I used it singing along to a song.
It's going back to the hits.
But yeah, I thought, I try to make the best of it. It was very painful. You know, Gary, how it is. It's, you're under a lot of pressure. It hurts. There was pain involved. Not much pain, but at first he missed a spot or two with the Novocaine, and God, my balls went right up my ass. He went, whoa, because you clench up. And I kind of wanted to break the ice a little bit.
Can we clarify something? I've heard you paid $12,000, $6,000,
Right.
$18,000, paid nothing. What's the truth?
I paid $6,000 for around $5,800 for the lab work, for the teeth itself and the lab work. The dentist did the work, put on the teeth, and they did the gum shaving for free.
Why?
Well, he offered it to me for free.
But who is he to you?
Nobody. Well, I met him through somebody, and he says, look, if you want nice teeth, I can help you out. And he says, I could give you a deal. I'm a fan of the Howard Stern Show. He's a big fan of the show.
Because here's the allegation that's going around the back office.
Yeah.
There was a page 6 item about it last week. So that basically you got on the air. The rap is you got on the air, gave out the guy's name, got the page 6 thing, and in exchange you did it for free.
I swear on my children, never called page 6, never did anything like that. There was no barter there. I'm assuming, which makes logical sense to me, that somebody, either the dentist or the dentist's office, leaked that out. That occurrence did happen. They did put me in a separate room, and they waited for her to leave and then for me to go in because they were afraid she was going to be offended by seeing me. I never besmirched her like they said, so when the news came out, I don't even know what besmirch means.
It's all right, keep going.
So when the news came, Scott the engineer comes into my office that morning, and he goes, well, you made the papers. And he hands me the newspaper, and I read it. I'm like, wow, that's really odd. So no, there was no tying with that. The dentist did give me a break. They are big fans of the show.
Well, it's not a break. A break is a break in price. He gave it to you for free.
Yeah,
that's not really a break. He gave it to you completely for free, except for what it cost him.
Right, pretty much. So
Now,
that was very nice of him.
But why would he do that just for you? Like, do you ever feel weird about taking it?
No, I mean, no. He made it perfectly clear that look, this is what I could do for you. I can help you, and he had no problem with it. So I thank him.
No, I'm
for
saying,
it.
do you have a problem with it?
No, I'm 6,000 in the hole in some capacity. And sure, let's not lie and let's not kid each other. The dentist knows, look, I'm on the air, I have nice teeth, and it'll certainly help him. There is a bartering deal there. That's obvious. But he seems to be pleased. He presented it to me, and he did a great job.
Sal,
and I thank him.
One last question. You talked about getting out of a speeding ticket on the way home?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't talk my way out of it. It was just a ticket.
How fast were you going?
You know what? I was on Long Beach Boulevard. I think that's what it's called, in Long Beach, New Jersey. And apparently, it's 4 lanes. But I was going 51, and it was a 35. What's so funny about that?
Because earlier you said you were doing 53 and a 31.
Whatever it is.
And we're like, I've never seen a 31-mile-an-hour zone in my life.
It was right. 35 makes more sense. It's an even, whatever, a not number, but it's it's cut off evenly.
Jesus Christ.
That's all.
Do you know that there's not a day that goes by that my son, Lucas, tells one of his friends that I work with a guy who can't find California on the map?
I can
Swear
now.
to God.
I can now. You guys have educated me quite a bit. It's on the West Coast by the Pacific Ocean.
Well done.
Hello. I'm Baba Booey. And our Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Lisa G's sweet and greet, which was a big topic of conversation. Howard doesn't seem to be that happy with it. Lisa wouldn't come in and do the show, but there were a lot of people who wanted to come in and talk about it. Here's what happened.
A lot of people, not just Ronnie, but he was in there pretty vocal about it, but a lot of people are upset about this Lisa G meet and greet issue. And the first thing I want to tackle, Gary, we kind of talked about this off the air, is Lisa treated differently because she wasn't sort of raised by the show? She came in from the outside. Or do you think Howard's not going, Howard could be hitting her harder and he's not for another reason?
This is totally my opinion, but the first thing you said, yes, Lisa worked in the business for a very long time before she worked here, so I think Howard sees her as a colleague, even though they may not be equals in the same business. They are in the same business, and there's a totally different way you're treated when you've worked and come to work here as opposed to being raised here. I think I get more shit than Lisa might get just because Lisa had a career before here, and in Howard's eyes, he built my career.
What about Ronnie's point, which he's been making for a long time, probably a number of years, I would say, that Lisa isn't a team player, and when you hear, she's doing this, she's not part of the show, or I don't even know what she said. And again, Lisa, you're more than welcome to come down and defend yourself.
She doesn't work for the Howard Stern show. She works for Sirius XM. What kind of comment is that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Lisa has always gotten away with. Ronnie says she's not a team player. She's not participated in things under the guise of I work in the news department. I have a certain reputation to keep up. But I think once you've opened the door to utilizing the show to put on a sweet and greet or whatever you're going to sweet and meet, sweet and greet, whatever it's called, then you have to sort of say, well, I got to be part of the team, which means letting Howard TV come, which means letting Jason come and cover it. And Howard's right. Like, I said this even at K-Rock a bunch of times on the air, almost to my own detriment. I work for the Howard Stern show. I love that I worked at K-Rock and I work for Tom, but at the end of the day, if Howard says let's pick up and go, I'm going with Howard.
But why is Lisa's event getting under Howard's skin? I mean, Benji's got his project. Ronnie's got the block party. I'm not sure what Will has, but all that stuff, why is Howard dwelling on Lisa's? Why is that the one that's really pissing him off?
I'm not sure, but I would have to go back to the idea that it's really not providing any sort of entertainment in any way.
And you know what? I think he's even a little irked at the block party a little bit.
How so?
I don't know. He just, I think, and he doesn't like so much being exposed with the show. He likes, everything sort of, he doesn't sell stuff like Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh or whatever. So he doesn't want to have a whole lot of. He thinks a little. I mean, I don't know.
It's trading off the show's name,
something like that, and he just doesn't like so much exposed with his stuff.
If you go back to the old days of the show, Stuttering John and I went out and did a version of the block party many years ago, and we got our asses handed to us. Right? Then John doubled on back and did a more interesting version of the block party, which was just basically John hiring 3 unbelievable comedians and taking most of the money. And for some reason, Howard didn't seem to mind that. I always wondered why. And again, with the block party, Howard doesn't seem to mind. But there's one thing the block party provides that Lisa has not provided yet, which is a lot of content. Although she's providing content now, I think that the block party comes back to us every week with stories that are fun and interesting for the show.
Right. It feeds the Howard Stern show. Right. Therefore, Howard's more tolerant of it. If I don't know if I'm using the right word there.
I just wanted to say, too, having been a listener for so many years, I know what not to do going into something like this.
Well, like what?
Well, like, for example, not putting Howard's name all over an event that he's not going to be a part of. I remember John getting chewed out for Howard Stern and Friends, and then it was Stuttering John and Friends, and, from the Howard Stern show. And Howard Stern's name would be 10 times, 10 times bigger than anybody else's name.
Shuley and Friends.
No, Shuley and Friends. No, but I make sure that,
But Lisa isn't doing that in this
No,
instance.
I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying those... for what Gary was saying was when they used to catch shit in the older days for doing this, it just, you got to go into it respecting the fact that he's the reason why we're all getting a chance to do this.
Ronnie, why do you think Howard's so bent out of shape about Lisa's event?
Pretty much for the same reason everybody else is thinking, because there's nothing there. She's not doing anything. She's charging a lot of money.
Baking and talking.
She's not even, according to what I heard, you're going to have to pay $103.49. and then you have to pay for your cupcakes and your coffee.
Oh, I heard there was a free cupcake with it.
Well, maybe that's from Lisa, but from the place itself, you're gonna, if you want to purchase, if you want coffee, if you want a drink or whatever, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Oh, so anything above and beyond the free cupcake is on you.
I'm assuming that Lisa's bringing the cupcakes. She's not making anything very clear what she's actually doing.
Are you insinuating that while Lisa's meeting and greeting, she may be running a cash bar?
I don't know.
I think he's more than insinuating that, Gary.
I don't know. And I said, Lisa, they're looking for you down at the rap show. I can't come today.
I can tell you.
There you go. I mean, why aren't you down here defending what you're doing?
I will just say this, and I'm not going to give Lisa too hard a time. She should be here to defend herself. She doesn't want to be. I'm not going to hammer her too hard. But today, I was very much like a traffic cop. There were a lot of people coming to me during the show when Lisa was in there telling me this, telling me that, telling me this. And all roads seem to lead, at least people's belief that works here, is that this is all based out of some sort of jealousy that Lisa has towards almost everybody on the show, in the sense like, why does the Block Party get to go out? Why does Benji get to go out? Why does John Hein have a TV show? Why does Lieberman get to go on CNN? And I'm not saying that it's all based in rational thinking. And like you said, John, you went out and auditioned for the show. She may just be feeling that she's missing something, so this is her attempt at getting something going.
Well,
but then I would tell her.
Can I say something, John? That's what irks me with this whole thing, with this whole thing she's doing, because as soon as Howard started to hammer her about it, she brought us into it and like trying to make us the bad guys also. Like we're doing something wrong because he's hammering her.
Or we're providing the same amount of entertainment or whatever.
Well, she went flat out and said, hey, she's not doing anything less or more than Ronnie and JD are doing.
That's not true.
What do you do?
I host the show.
And that's what she's doing. She's hosting.
Yeah, but she's not hosting. And
there's nothing beyond her hosting.
She's not introducing, like I'm introducing Shuli. I'm introducing JD, or he's introducing me, or whatever. I'm introducing.
So you want credit for introducing JD?
That's what show needs an MC. Okay? That's what I started off doing.
There's nothing beyond the MC.
I never said I was.
What do you do, Dopey?
Dude, I was
Fuck
never
off. Get out of here.
I was never said I was a fucking comedian.
No, but
Will's
Will's making a point here. Right. I mean, Lisa is hosting the
He's
event,
not making a point. He's
being
being
the
an
MC.
asshole.
No, she is.
But what is she giving with it? A cupcake?
Yes.
For $103.
Well, you could talk to
Come
Lisa.
on.
It's okay. So I'll play devil's advocate. It's there's women who listen to the show who may not want to go to the Block Party because it's a little racy for them.
Right.
They're more in Lisa's sort of thinking. They'd like to hang out with Lisa, talk about what it's like to be a woman on the Howard Stern show, and they'd like to. It's a small gathering, like a cocktail party, not a drunken party like the Block Party is.
Well, it's a symposium. If
but
you
don't knock. Why knock us though? Because he's hammering her. Why bring us into it? What do we have to do with it?
This is my theory. You guys tell me if I'm off here. I think she brings it in because she feels like you and Scott and JD and other people are kind of on the same level as she is, and if you guys can do it, why can't I do it?
Because
she brought me into it too for the same reason, I think.
But the difference is, John, we are doing a show. What she is doing is not a show. It's showing up at a bakery and hanging out with fans. That's not a show. That's a Q&A. That's a town hall meeting.
But okay, so I'll jump on that one, and I'll say there's plenty of people who go to college campuses, and that's all they do is a Q&A. They'll go in.
Fine. That's fine, but don't pull in a comedy show and say this is the same exact thing that I'm doing. It's not. It's just not. There's a show. There's content.
Aaron and Dayton, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, good afternoon again. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to comment. I mean, during the fight week, of course, we heard that Stuttering John got his ass reamed by Howard for going out, using the show for personal gain. And at this point in the game, everybody on the show, I mean, with the exception of you, John, I mean, you was, somewhat famous beforehand, but everybody at this point, using the show for personal gain and monetary value. But, and of course, at this, what I'm getting at is, I'm sure she's not making a whole lot of bread, and she's putting at a point where she's, giving a little bit to charity. She's also, you know, paying for a venue. She's probably paying for the wine and all that shit. And she's also like Gary said, part of the show. So
all right, so Aaron's sort of defending Lisa here.
We pay for a venue.
Yeah, I mean, she's good. That's a weird thing to say because whatever she's paying for or not paying for, she will walk away with a profit of some sort.
She has no
Dude, when we
overhead,
do the
really.
block party shows, we pay for a venue.
Of course.
So, I mean...
Here's a question John and I were kicking around today. If Lisa said, I'm going to be at the coffee shop, for $100 you can come and you get a cupcake and everything, and I'm going to play the violin for an hour.
Okay.
Would that change your perception of what she's doing?
That's a concert. That's a concert.
Absolutely. At least she's doing something other than having, 30 people show up and then just sit around and schmooze with them.
Anthony, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's going on? I'm a big Shuli fan. I mean, I'm a stand-up comedian. I moved out here to PA from California, and just the transition there. But she's promoting the show because she is bringing. She's using the Stern Show as saying, I'm bringing the female listeners and trying to make money off that. Because the block party is just completely different from what she's trying to do. She doesn't have an act. So she's using the show to get the female listeners out there to make money. I mean, she's got to rent a car.
But why is that wrong? I'm just going to play devil's advocate. Why, if you could say that Julie and Ronnie are using the show to get male listeners to come out and see male-based humor, even though there's a lot of women there as well. So if Lisa feels she's going to talk to female listeners, why is that wrong?
But why does she have to make money of it? If she started to support the show and want a gig, she should be able to be like, hey, I'm Lisa G. Come, get listeners to be more attracted to her, not because I need to make some money.
Why should the guys from the block party make money? Shouldn't they just be, Julie's a comedian, shouldn't he
because
be out there for the joy of making people laugh?
Also, would it matter to you?
I pay money to go see the block party. I pay money to go see the block party. I was up in Canada, and I saw the block party. It was fucking awesome. It was fun.
But you haven't
Anthony, people don't have to spend money to go to Lisa's event. They just won't go.
Right. The reason I wanted to pick up his call is because he said Lisa's scamming people. And I think that's a poor choice of words because I think Lisa's being very upfront about what she's doing. I don't think there's any scam involved.
Well, you know what? We should get Jason down here because he said that he feels like she's scamming people big time.
But she's being very upfront about it. I mean, I don't think anybody who pays can't walk away surprised with what they're getting.
What were you going to say, Benji?
Well, would it matter? As I said before, I don't think there's anything wrong, and I think Lisa could say she's putting on an event in a different kind of way, but she's still putting on an event. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, except I felt she was being very hypocritical towards when she was criticizing me. But would you guys say it's any different if, let's say, this cupcake place hired her for an appearance and they paid her?
I think that's different because you're not taking money from the listeners.
Right.
That's a huge difference right there. In other words, the cupcake place paid her. She goes there. Listeners can come for free and meet Lisa. And I think you sort of get the same result, but you're not taking money from the listeners.
And I don't think the event itself rubbed people the wrong way. I think the price she came up with, I think, might have rubbed a few people the wrong way.
And the word I keep hearing, too, from some people is that there seems to be a sense of entitlement, but I'm not sure for what. Like, Lisa's entitled to make money off the show, or I'm not sure what people think Lisa's entitled to do. But Jason's here. And, Jason, we were just talking about how there was a caller on the line who said he felt that Lisa was scamming people. And I said, well, she's definitely not. That's a poor choice of words. She's being very upfront about what she's doing, but you say she's scamming. So,
well, I would use scamming means like, yeah, she's lying to somebody. I think she's exploiting. I think she's ripping off. I think that she is. We have a fan base that will pay money to be part of the show. Like going to see Shuli and Ronnie's thing. Now, you could say, first of all, I don't even like the fact that their show has been lumped in with this Lisa G thing. They are so two totally separate things, I think it's unfair to them to even lump it in. Lisa made a name for herself from this show in the last 10 years, 5 years, on this show.
7 years.
7 years.
But Lisa will tell you that she was been in New York radio for 23 years before this.
Yes, but she is not going on other radio shows to promote this. She's promoting Lisa G, as far as I know, from the Howard Stern Show, to go and sit and pay money and see her. To me, that is using the goodwill that Howard has built up with the fan base and is exploiting that. And Howard, who is our boss, can put his name on anything and sell it and make money on it. Stephen King could put his name on any piece of crap book and sell it and make money off it. But they have integrity, and they care more about their fans than Lisa does.
So why is this getting under your skin so much, Jace? Because you were like fuming back
Because
there.
I know this is going to sound corny, but I love our fans. Like, I really do. I was one of them, and I know how easy it is if you wanted to. Will and I don't know if we have the same draw as Lisa, but Will and I can go out and do this too. We could say, hey, come spend $100 and hang out with me and Will. We're not doing anything. We're just hanging out. I personally think it's disgusting to do something like that.
You and Will?
I don't want to speak for you, Will.
Actually, I'll be at Belmont on Saturday. You want to buy me 3 beers? I'm more than open to that.
All right. I think she hasn't earned the right to do what she's doing. I think that she's doing something that, despite people comparing it to the block party and other events, that isn't even in the same league as those things. And quite frankly, I'm surprised by a lot of what Howard's let go over the years compared to where he was 10, 15 years ago.
Chuck, you're on the wrap-up show.
How's it going, John?
Hey, Chuck, it's JD's dad. Chuck, who wants to chime in? Is this about the Facebook thing, or is this about the Lisa G thing?
He wants the exact address to Facebook.
I won't stay on too long. First, I enjoyed your show on the fast food mania thing the other day. That was great.
Thank you. Thanks for. I appreciate someone in the Harmeyer family watching the show. Thank you.
I haven't been able to listen too much of the show, but I wanted to let everybody know that this Friday night I'm going to be at the Fridays in Westchester, and for $50 you can get whatever appetizer you want, and we'll tweet.
Hey, Chuck, if I come to you, can I look at like JD's like grammar school pictures and stuff? Can you bring all that crap?
Sure.
Some of his report cards.
It's going to be the eat and tweet. And
Chuck, I'm taking from your comments that you think what Lisa's doing isn't right.
I think it's hilarious. That anybody would actually pay, but
guys, the event's going to be
make some money out of it. More power to her.
But so how about the argument that, hey, Lisa's really upfront with what she's doing. She's saying exactly what it is. I mean, why do you think somebody's being taken advantage of in the sense that they don't? Somebody says, hey, I want to meet Lisa G. I'm willing to pay that kind of money.
You're taking advantages of people's passion to this show that she had, of course, a part of in it because she works here and contributes to the show. But this isn't this is.
But you're not going to meet. You're not going to meet Howard. That's a given.
But someone could think that there's a one person closer to Howard, and
it doesn't
somehow
matter.
They'll work themselves in.
You've been with the show since the very beginning. Again, I just remember, and I'm a crazy fan. I admit it. I was a crazy fan, just like half the people who have been hired here. And I would have paid untold amount of money to meet you or to meet. Or I would have waited in line, or got excited to meet High Pitch Eric. And yes, at the end of the day, there's really no one to blame but the person partying with their money who chooses to go to this thing. But she is putting the minimal amount of effort into it. Like even what you were describing to Chuck's dad, if he brought pictures of JD, that's already providing more content than Lisa G is providing.
And the report card's an extra.
Steve and I were joking the other day,
Always.
maybe we should sell tickets to us arguing about TV shows. We argue about TV shows all the time. Again, that's still providing more content than what Lisa G appears to be providing at this stupid thing where she is telling our fans, asking our fans to pay money to meet me. She's being very upfront. 10% of the net is going to charity, and that's very generous of her. But I just think it's exploitative. I think it's as exploitative as if Howard started putting out junk with his name on it.
Chuck, I gotta let you go because a bunch of people on the horn. Anything else you want to say?
Give me the horn.
No.
Give me the horn.
I enjoy the show. Have a good day.
Thanks, Chuck. Go check out the Pirates take on the Reds. Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, now.
Hi, Ralphie.
This is all very muddy.
I mean, if you allow for one, you have to allow for all. I mean, whether it's money for a cupcake or money to see a train wreck, it's what people want to pay. And I don't see why Lisa is being, who's Jason to decide what her appearing somewhere is worth to somebody.
Well, Ralph, the reason why this whole thing started is because Howard says it bothers him and he doesn't know why. So you're pretty close to Howard. Why do you think it bothers him?
Well, listen, I know what Jason's saying in the sense of like, hey, she's not doing much. She's just coming there and showing up. But you know what? That's what an evening with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby just shows up. Maybe people want to go there for Lisa's personality. Maybe she's going to give recipes. I don't know what the fuck she's going to do there, but I don't know how that's any different than the block party.
But you don't know how that's different than the block party.
Hold on.
No, I don't.
We'll explain that in a second. But all that being said, Ralph, Gary's question is a good one. Like, why does this get under Howard's skin versus the block party, versus the TV shows, versus Benji's song,
Bill
versus
Cosby.
all the other stuff? Why do you think this is irking Howard?
Because this isn't, but maybe because the block party is such a train wreck that it provides content on the show. Ronnie goes out there and acts like an idiot, and then you've got tape of it, and Howard TV is filming it, and it provides content for the Howard Stern show. But I think it just sends signals to you can't allow one and not allow the other.
Well,
who are you guys to sit there and decide? Like, okay,
well, first of all, we don't.
That's
Howard
okay.
does.
Yeah, but Ralph, wouldn't you agree that? And I was going to get into this a little bit, but you brought it up. Wouldn't you say on this show there's different rules for different people?
Absolutely, yeah.
So then when you say you have to allow for one, you have to allow for another, really, Howard's running a monarchy. He has to allow for whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Artie used to get away with crap that none of us could get away with.
That's right.
And because he was Artie.
Yeah, and that worked out really well.
Well, I'm just saying that's what happens under that. Anybody could do whatever anybody wants rules.
What Artie was allowed to get away with business-wise had nothing to do with what happened
No,
here.
he got away with a ton of stuff here that we got. If I've slept in the office as much as he slept on the air, I don't think I would have been treated with the same kid gloves.
Absolutely, because you're not as funny as Artie.
No, I'm not. Right. The people are treated differently here.
Yeah. And that just doesn't work well. It just sends out a bad message to everybody.
But again, I fundamentally disagree with you. I think Ronnie's block party does skirt the line of what Howard used to be angry about in the day when John and Gary tried to go out to do stuff and Howard didn't want it to become the traveling Howard Stern show. And I do think it comes up against that line. But at the end of the day, they're promoting their comedy show. People are buying tickets to their comedy show. I don't know. To me, it's completely different than having a lovely chat with coffee.
I will agree that it's different. I don't know if it's completely different. I mean, I think what bothers you is Lisa's looking for a way to make money.
Ralph, would you buy a ticket to just see JD and Ronnie, but no comedy?
I wouldn't even do that.
Me, Gary. Last question: is Howard going to put an end to all this stuff?
It's getting to be rubbing up against that area. Hard to say.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, there was a lot of talk about Sal, shockingly, screwing up a game again. And this is one of those situations where Sal doesn't think he's wrong, is told that he's wrong, and then realizes that he's wrong and tries to explain himself, which he can't do. So we heard Sal tell the story about how it was unfair of Howard to call him a sucker.
Now joining us on the wrap-up show, the great Sal Governale, who said, Howard, you're a sucker at least 20 times today. Actually, Sal, you refused to say it.
That's right.
Those were the drops being played, but...
Why won't you repeat?
Why wouldn't I say it?
Yeah, repeat after Howard.
Because I wouldn't. It wasn't true. If I did something where he felt like a sucker, I would have said it.
Sal, do you feel like the show was used at all in order for you to get those teeth? Or do you think they're two independent things?
Yes, absolutely. I made that perfectly clear on your wrap-up show last time. I said it's inevitable. There's certainly a bartership deal. People are not stupid. The guy was a fan of the show. And I certainly got a break because he was a fan, which is understandable.
But we discussed it wasn't a break.
Right, then the break comes back and bites you on the ass. Nothing is ever really a break. There's a price to be paid, whether it's monetarily or getting the shit kicked out of you by Howard Stern. There's a price to pay, and I've learned it the hard way.
Sal and I talked a little bit today. I was explaining that some of the money was for the actual physical things needed to do this, and the rest of the money was free.
Yeah.
So Sal didn't really get a break. He really got the dental work for free.
Right.
And I explained to him that, as Sal said, nobody gives something for free for nothing. They're always looking for something.
Let me take a step back on this. Sal, do you feel you were unfairly blamed for the problems with the Bigfoot game? Because that's how this all started.
At first, I thought I was. But listen, I'm the one who created the game. The glitch was there. Guilty as charged.
But you said you double-checked it. What did you mean by that?
I double-check all my work. In this particular case, and, I don't know why. I don't know why I do these things, but I always give my...
That seems to be the mantra this week. I heard Tim saying that earlier in the week.
It's almost like, how people have a guardian angel? I have like a guardian bully, when I'm going...
A black cloud?
Yeah, when I'm going in the right direction, somebody's kicking me in the balls, just throwing my mind off a little bit, because I always give my CDs to Scott to double check. And like when Howard asked me, did Scott double check this one? I said no. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, he didn't double check this one. I did, but inevitably it was a screw up on my part.
It's always better to give your stuff to Scott, because then when it screws up, you could blame Scott.
Right.
What happened was there was a glitch. You saw it. Then you went back and saw that there was a track there. But what we figured out is that Bigfoot's answer was so short, right?
Mm-hmm. It didn't register as a track.
It was a track, but it just goes from one track to the next so quickly, which Richard knew, and he said, Sal just sort of forgot you got to add a little time.
And by the way,
yes,
to say something nice about Scott Salem, that's the kind of crap he really catches.
Right.
Like I gave him all the impression stuff, and he called me in. He's like, "Wow, the levels on this are really off on one of them," and we listened to it. And I'm like, "Good call," and he fixed it, and that's.
And that was my mistake. So I took back that game and double checked that one, and I had Scott check it. As a matter of fact, I went to Gary today and I said, Gary, give me all the games back. So I'm going through every single game right now as well.
There was a great moment though where the game fucked up, so I just start yelling Sal to just see where he is. Sal was on his way in, but Howard did play the answer, but Sal didn't realize there was a fuck-up. So Sal starts yelling at me, you owe me a fucking apology, asshole. Fuck you.
Wait, can I just say, because I have my headphones on, you guys went from 0 to 1,000 the second Howard said that this isn't working.
There's a reason why.
Before, you guys were yelling so loud at each other that you couldn't hear Howard screaming about who do I have to blame, and I didn't know what was you came out with.
It was definitely like a sibling moment.
What happened was I just yelled Sal as loud as I could to see where he was.
I was coming around the bend. I was by the Howard TV room. I saw what happened. I'm like, whoa! Came around the bend, and Gary goes, Sal, where the fuck are you? What's going on? I go, Gary, and then I heard, as I was coming, I heard Howard fix, and I heard the track come through. I'm like, all right, it was a Howard issue, with the CD player. I go, Howard just fixed it, Gary. How about an apology? So Gary looks at me and goes, fuck you.
Yeah, that's why I started hearing everything.
So then Gary sits in his office. I go, how about an apology for that? And Gary goes, go fix your teeth, asshole. I go fix your fucking teeth. And all of a sudden, wait a minute, Sal, Howard wants you. It is fucked up. I'm like, oh, God, no.
All I hear over my head.
So this whole argument was going on over attitudes, and in the end, I was called into the studio thinking I was victorious, and boom.
But what you didn't realize when you were in the studio,
you still didn't realize you were wrong.
You didn't realize you were wrong, and Gary is screaming.
Yeah.
He's deflecting. He's deflecting. And I mean, you were charged up, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, he was trying to make it go somewhere else, but you didn't realize you were wrong. So you were, no, Howard, I don't know what you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there going, oh, my God, Sal's really digging the hole deeper because he doesn't know he's wrong yet.
Yeah.
How did you not know you were wrong, though? Like in what?
Well, I was arguing with Gary. I got called in, and I thought Howard called. I thought somebody sent up a note that Gary and Sal are fighting over the track. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to go in, and then Gary's going to get called in, and Gary apologized to Sal. Here I am thinking it's going to be that way.
And by the way, I just want to say, the desperation move if I'm beating you is you bring up the sleeping.
I know, dude. That was 4 years. I mean, how old is that?
Hey, listen, where am I going to go?
I get it. Yeah. I get it. You're drowning and you grab at anything.
Anything.
But what really, I think, really changed it was one, I think Howard saw your point a little bit, and I think you were starting to cry.
No, I wasn't.
That's why I ran in
I got
there with-
worked up, but I certainly wasn't starting to cry.
I wasn't
but-
going to run in with the camera until I looked at the monitor and saw how worked up you were. And I'm like, I better get the fuck in
What
there.
was bringing you to tears? The fact that Howard thought
Nothing
you were
brought-
lying, or
were you emotional in any way?
You were
would you say?
Sal. You were over the top at a certain.
It was the whole sucker thing, and like he said, you outsmarted me. I would never. That's just
It's impossible.
Well, no, it's not. It's impossible to outsmart Howard Stern, in my opinion. Yes, in any capacity.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So, and he kept going with that and the whole Howard Sucker thing, and I'm like, this is just crazy, and that's why I just snapped.
And he threatened to break up you and Richard. And I know to you that's blasphemy, but it seemed like it might be going there.
If it goes there, it goes there. And you know what? You'll see the results. Richard and I are a think tank. We work every day. We bounce ideas off of each other. We work great together. It's like breaking up Captain and Tennille.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah,
Sal,
actually, they got divorced, and she had a much better career.
Sal, if this happens, keep
It's
your
like
mouth,
breaking up Donnie Marie.
Keep your mouth shut, because the way Howard described it on the air, you will be getting your own office, and Richard will be sharing an office with
I would
Scott.
hate that. I would hate that.
You would rather share with Scott?
I would be in a bathroom with Richard. I would be in a dumpster with Richard.
What? But if you and Richard together isn't an option, wouldn't you rather be alone than be paired up with Scott the engineer?
I don't know. My brain can't even go there. That's like saying you're separating a child from me. I'm not kidding.
Are you ready
You're
for
a grown man?
Are you ready for a world, say in 3.5 years, where the show ends and everybody has to go out and do their own thing? Are you and Richard going out as a team, or are you going to go out and do your own thing?
It all depends. If we want it, right now we're planning as a team, but we also can do our own thing as well.
Let me tell you something from experience. If you're a team, one of you end up stabbing each other in the back. It's just what happens when two guys at work team up on something
and live together.
I don't know about that.
Another old friend of the show. You gonna have a stupid comment about that?
No, I have no stupid comment.
All right, just asking.
Only intelligent ones.
Oh, okay. You have an intelligent comment about that?
A rock and roll legend.
Okay. And an old friend of the show.
Okay.
All right. And we're gonna bring him in.
Well, what's his name?
Joe Walsh.
You're rusty, man.
You're old.
I'm old. Says the guy in the tinted glasses. Mr. Joe Walsh, welcome back, sir.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
Got a new album out?
Got a new album out.
Analog Man.
One of the rare times I didn't stay up all night to come into the show.
So you're feeling
actually
fresh.
Slept. That should impress Howard.
Right here, sir.
There we go.
So you're feeling fresh. You're raring to go today.
I'm fresh and I'm ready to go. I hope he is.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I bet he's really nervous right now.
You guys are old friends. You guys have been...
We're old friends from golly. I don't want to figure out how old.
But the new album's called Analog Man?
Analog Man. First album in 20 years.
All right, we'll see you in the studio.
Okay. Good to be here.
He looks good. Like his skin is good. But I'm saying for a guy who's been through what he's been through.
Right. It's pretty amazing.
He looks great.
It's almost unfair.
He looks
like,
really...
I would have done all that too.
That's right. He looks really healthy.
Yeah, like he works out, I think.
But I mean, he had a long time of, fucking up his body.
Analog Man is his first solo album in 20 years. He says his wife is the one that got him back in the studio. It's Ringo Starr's sister-in-law, by the way, his wife of 3 years.
Yeah,
now.
isn't that weird?
Yeah. He sounds very happy. He's healthy. He's sober. He loves his new wife. Everything's great.
Do you almost think musically, like Joe's in his own sort of genre? Like, I was thinking about this, that just to discuss a little bit. Like, he's not like a Led Zeppelin guy. He's not like
He's not huge. He's not like a super, but he's been in a super group. But he's been big on his own.
But he's overlooked, kind of.
Oh yeah, like when you talk about the top 10 greatest guitarists of all times, why Joe's name is, it's always like Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of old black guys.
I think a lot of people took him out of the running because he was such a goof.
That's right, right. No, he did act goofy for a long time.
Sorry, go ahead.
He talks about how he talks to Ringo Starr for advice. He's very unaffected by his fame. Stevie Nicks, clearly sounds like she's still in love with him. She says that they broke up because they both had heavy cocaine addictions. But basically says he was the love of her life, and he's the only man she'll ever really love.
Something like that. It was pretty quiet. I mean, I heard it. But
I knew about the Don Henley thing, but I never knew about her and Joe.
Joe, come on in. Joe Walsh from the legendary Eagles, of course. Look at you.
Gary's salivating over here.
You look good, my man. Take a seat. Hi, how are you?
He looks real good.
Good to see you. Yeah, he does look good. You look good. Are you amazed? Like, you're so healthy now. You look terrific. You look like a different man from the guy I knew back when.
I am.
You are a completely different man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's strange even being in the room with you now because it's a whole different energy. I never knew.
That's because I didn't stay up all night.
Well, I never knew the Joe I was going to get.
Yeah.
Do you ever go back and look at your old appearances, whether it's on this show or wherever you were, where you were really completely fucked up and you were drinking? I don't even know back then. Were you just drinking or were you coking and heroin and
whatever you had?
Really? It was
what I did.
Right.
Till you were out, and then I left.
Did you ever figure out, to be serious, did you ever figure out what it was that kind of made you crazy enough to want to destroy your body and destroy your mind? There had to be something really behind that, right?
Well, being an alcoholic.
No, but I'm saying there's a reason one becomes an alcoholic, don't you think? Or do you think it's just a disease that randomly hits somebody? I always think there's some psychological basis that your father was maybe it goes back to your parents.
It is probably hereditary, yeah. But I tell you what happened for me.
Right.
I wrote some songs that were pretty good.
Right.
When I was high. James Gang Rides Again came out, did really good.
Right.
Made that when I was high. So I made a mistake of thinking it was a winning formula.
Right.
I played some concerts in front of people when I was high, and they
loved you.
Well, they were high too, but
right.
Yeah. But then later, when I didn't do an album, when I did an album that didn't do so good, I thought, well, I'm not nearly high enough.
Right.
Oh.
And I chased it. Robin.
Hey.
Hi.
But was it the kind of thing where you strike me as a happy-go-lucky kind of guy, but the truth is you're not, because all of that stuff what you're describing is a guy who really wants to be successful. That success was so important to you that you said, oh, I know the winning formula. I'll drink, I'll get high, and then I'll write great music. So it really did matter to you whether you were successful or not. You weren't sort of a happy-go-lucky guy. Maybe it was a reaction to, oh, my God, maybe this will be the secret to my success. You were really hungry for success.
Very subtly.
Yeah.
All of that stuff convinces you that you can't do anything without it.
Right.
And it's got you.
You think that's it?
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
You don't think it was your relationship with your parents? I mean, I don't know what it was like for you living at home.
Geez, I don't know. You know, every case is different. If you grew up in an alcoholic family, chances are you're going to be alcoholic.
Your mom and dad were alcoholics?
There's always that at different times, yeah.
Right. So when you see drinking as part of the family life, it doesn't seem like such a bad thing to be doing.
When I grew up, it was the 50s, and we would have these family picnics, and everybody drank.
Including you.
My aunts drank, my uncles drank, my cousins drank. If you were an adult, adults drank.
Right.
That was just the norm when I was a kid. And it occurred to me that my whole family probably has been rip-roaring drunk for the last 500 years.
Right.
That was just the norm.
How hard was it for you to get sober?
Hardest thing I ever did.
Yeah, and now you're happy, right? I hear reports on you because I care about you, and I know when I hear you're so happy now, I really do get happy for you because think about all your contemporaries. A lot of guys died who were even less fucked up.
A lot of guys we know, aren't around anymore.
Yeah, who you thinking about that didn't make it? I'm thinking
Bellucci.
Kennison. Right. And
Keith Moon.
And it's kind of sad, too, because if you get that second chance, if you live long enough and you kind of get sober, you go, oh, wow, you think about those guys. They were cut down in their prime.
Yeah.
And do you think music... See, I happen to think you're one of the greatest guitar players, and I'm not saying it because you're here, but I do. I think the riffs and the songs you came up with were brilliant, especially James Gang stuff, and then when you went to the Eagles, I felt you really improved that band like tenfold. But yet, do you think... when it comes to, I don't know, the rock and roll intelligentsia, or whoever they are, but do you think, or critics, do you think, such a thing? Yeah, do you think you get criticized or you're not thought of right up there in the upper echelon because your past behavior, because you were so drunk and so outrageous? Do you think that your legend got kind of knocked down to a degree? Were you taken less seriously?
I'm not really concerned with that.
But you are. Because you're the guy who sat there and drank because you destroyed your own body because you thought that was the formula for success. So you do care about your place in history, right? Musically.
Yeah, but I'm not done yet.
No, I know you're not. But I'm saying, I don't, when I see the list in Rolling Stone of the top 10 guitarists in the world.
Joe's not on it?
Yeah, and I don't quite know why. You really are. Do you still practice your guitar every day?
Yeah.
It's that important to you?
I try and play every day, yeah.
Is it true you take guitar lessons to this day? That you still take guitar lessons?
I'll sit down with somebody, yeah. I'll sit down with somebody and ask them, how in the world do you play that? Like Brad Paisley.
Right.
I'll sit down with him and say, hey, man.
Why is that? Because you can't figure out how he did that?
Well, probably, but it saved me 5 or 6 hours if I just ask him.
But does anyone ever come to you and say, hey, Joe, teach me how to play? Teach me how to do that?
Not really, but
does that bother you? Bothers me. You're the guy who should be giving guitar lessons, not getting guitar lessons.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Who does he think is the greatest?
Who are your heroes musically? I've never asked you that. You were always too drunk. Couldn't get a straight answer out of you. Do you have musical heroes?
No, I had heroes then. They were just different ones.
Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Seriously, who are your heroes?
Well, the guy that's the grandfather of us all is Les Paul.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy who really invented the guitar, the electric guitar, right?
The pickup, and echo and multi-track recording.
Did you get to know him?
I knew Les, yeah.
Yeah. Were you happy with the inventions and what he did to the guitar? Because you're a guy who in your new album you talk about analog, man. You can't stand all the new technology. It's kind of like I'm just a regular guy. I don't know from all this technology.
Well, I'm not against it. I'm not an old analog fart who came out of the woods.
Right.
I don't think analog's better. It's just, you got to admit.
But you're upset with technology. You don't like now in the Eagles that your fellow Eagle members sit in a studio and they use all these Pro Tools and everything else. It actually slows down the music-making process.
It changes it.
It makes it more complicated.
Easier. Here's two things it does, okay?
Okay.
One is you can fix anything.
Which is
bad.
Bad, I think.
Temptation to fix everything.
You lose the soul of the music, don't you?
If we'd had Pro Tools when we were doing Hotel California, we'd still be working on Hotel California.
Because what you're saying is Hotel California has imperfections, so to speak. And those imperfections are kind of the cool things about it.
The charm.
Human.
And so when you get in the studio now with the Eagles, they sit and go, wait a second, that note's just a little bit out of tune or it's a little bit off. Let's fix it.
We've always been like that to some degree.
Right.
But the great temptation with Pro Tools is to go ahead and fix everything when you don't need to.
Do you have enough of a voice in that band? I know you've got to sort of watch your P's and Q's with some of the band members, but do you have enough of a voice in that band to say, guys, stop. We're in a studio. What made us great, why Hotel California works, is because there are mistakes on it. It's not a perfect piece of music. Nothing is.
Well,
but it's real.
I wouldn't single out the Eagles.
You say they all do it.
Everybody does it.
But you are in the Eagles.
It's a hazard of Pro Tools. It's a hazard of digital technology. There's one other thing I want to say.
Yeah.
The temptation with digital technology is to start with a drum machine.
Right.
That's virtual.
Yes.
And put that down. And then build up the track with virtual instruments, which are all in the computer, and build up the thing like a kit.
And it never sounds quite as good.
No. In the old days, you got some guys in a room, you mic'd them, and you pushed record, and you got the performance.
Right, and isn't there something that comes out of that performance when a guy's sitting there, a drummer live, and all of a sudden he goes, wait a second, I have an idea. What if I hit it this way? Or you go, wait, I got a better riff. Or that's the magic of being in a studio with a bunch of guys.
That's rock and roll from 1954 to 1962.
But when you recorded the last Eagles album, and by the way, the album did well. I mean, there was an experiment, too. You sold it through Walmart, and it sold really, really well. And this is a tough day and age to sell music.
Yeah.
So the experience for you was not the same. Were you all in the studio at the same time, or was it all done with building it up one at a time?
There's a temptation,
right,
to do it that way.
Do you put up a protest in the band, or you just go along with the flow?
I go along with the flow. We do it various ways depending on what we're trying to accomplish.
Is it liberating now that you have a solo record out because you don't have to deal with the, I'm not going to call it nonsense, but the politics of the Eagles? Is it a liberating experience for you to go in and do it your way?
It's what do I say? Yeah, but I mean, for all of us, I mean, Don's down in Nashville
doing his own thing,
recording. Glenn made an album.
But for you get to do it your way now.
I get to do it my way, yeah.
Is there a part of you that goes, I'll show these fucking guys how an album should be made?
Nah.
Never.
Nah.
There's no anger there, no bitterness.
Nah.
Have you given up all your friends from the old days? In other words, you used to come in with a boatload of characters that were hanging around. I'm talking about the days when you got
my
hired.
entourage.
You had an entourage of guys who could drink you under the table. You know, there was the bass player, Rick the bass player. Are you done with those guys? Are they bad influences, so to speak, on you or triggers for you?
Well, Rick's exempt.
Right.
He plays with Neil Young now.
Yes.
He's cleaned up. He's doing great.
That's good.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to change all your friends.
I know.
You have to.
Yeah, or else you get sucked into the vortex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were another one. We felt like we were the friends that got, and we never did all that stuff with you.
Yeah,
But
we were good
for a
influence.
while, you didn't come see us.
Yeah, were we part of the problem?
Someone stole my identity, Robbie.
Yeah. You know, when I was thinking about you, there was a great... I know you're happily married now. You've been married, what, 3 years?
3 years.
Oddly enough, to Ringo Starr's sister-in-law?
No.
Wait,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
wife,
yeah.
Your wife is...
Are you sure? Do you know who you're married to?
What is he, Ringo?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, who are you married to?
My wife is the little sister of Ringo's wife.
Barbara
Ringo,
Bach?
right.
Yes.
And you are now happily married.
It's the part of me that was missing.
Because I remember you in the old days. You know, listen, you were high, and women were commodities. You used a lot of women, and they used you. I mean, it was a mutual use. They used you for your fame and your money and your power.
Well,
and
sometimes I think Joe forgot when he was on the road that he had another woman somewhere.
Right. But did you have a whole epiphany about women? Like that changed your attitude toward women too?
Well, the first thing that you can't do when you try to get sober is have a relationship.
Right. They say that's the worst thing.
Yeah. So I did that for a while.
You did.
You did all the wrong stuff.
You sabotaged your recovery by being in a relationship with a woman during it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that didn't work good.
So they're right about that.
Yeah.
These people know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It didn't work good because she becomes your drug, right?
Or a reason to drink.
Ah. In other words, you'd start fighting with a woman, the relationship gets too heated up, you haven't worked on yourself enough, and then boom, everything goes kablooey and you need a drink.
Her fault.
Women are a great reason to drink. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Probably just any relationship with anybody is a reason to drink.
Like Joe's so charming, nothing could be a problem about
Well, you know what? I think like Joe, I have problems with everybody, so I think anyone would make me drink.
There you go.
Man or woman.
There you go.
So,
congratulations on your marriage, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I'm glad we're both happy.
Yeah, no, very, very happy.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, I understand what you say.
To get a real partner.
Yes.
You know?
And to feel good about that situation is remarkable.
And it's the part of me that was missing.
But don't you think it's the change in you that allows you to have that with a woman?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to grow up.
I couldn't have had any relationship like I was.
Did you go back and say to any of the women you were with, and I'm sure you hurt some women and some women hurt you, but did you go back? Even remember, you used to have the great joke, my ex-wife plaintiff.
Yeah, did you call plaintiff?
Did you ever call plaintiff and say,
which one?
Any of them.
I made amends to a lot of people.
You did?
Yeah.
Was that hard?
No.
Once you do it, does it unlock something in you? Like, does it open up your heart?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
And so you would call, did you call your ex-wives?
Mm-hmm.
And you said to them, look, I'm sorry I put you through hell. I'm sorry I did
I put you through hell.
Were they all receptive to that, or did some of them say, you know what, Joe, fuck yourself?
There was both. Both of those. Some people say, I understand. I'm glad you're sober. Some people say, up yours.
And some people say, I don't believe you. In other words,
the important thing is me.
You said it.
I'm better for it.
Right. And what is it? It's a phone call or a meeting, and you go there and you confess to them that you were shit or whatever, you were confused.
Yeah, you look them in the eye and you tell them, hey, I was really a bad person to you, and I regret it, and I'm sorry.
Wow. Boy,
that's heavy.
That's hard.
It's heavy, but I mean, that's part of recovery. Because you live in all that garbage. You constantly, even now, everybody goes into the past and digs around in a pile of stuff.
Right.
And you look for something to be mad about.
Right.
You look for something to get in a bad mood about. And you attach an emotion to it. And then you're in a bad mood. And none of that exists.
All that anger is in you.
Yeah. If you clear that out by making amends, you stand a chance.
Right. Well, it's a tough... I tell you what, that is not an easy assignment.
Has he decided to have more children?
No, you're not having more kids, are you?
No, I have lots.
Yeah. I remember,
How many kids?
I saw one of your daughters on a TV show. Lucy. She's a very talented girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wants to make it in the music business.
She's also acting. She's pretty serious about acting.
Good-looking girl, too.
Yeah, she's nice.
Yeah. And then I saw they got you on the show, too. They schlepped you out. I was like, oh, poor Joe.
Well, I showed up for her.
Yeah, right, I know. I knew you didn't want to be there, man. I was just watching it, and I go, oh, my God.
Me and Dee Snider.
Yeah, you guys are all on there.
We showed up for our kids.
But
I know what that show was.
Yeah. I enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
But it was the kids of rock stars who show up, and they had a competition.
Yeah.
So, but you see these competition shows. That's not the way to really make it. I'm a judge on one of these shows.
I know you. How's that going?
I love it. But I tell everyone. In fact, I don't know.
You are.
Well, you don't want to know something? In Vegas, I tell these guys, I don't know if they're going to show it. They don't show everything I say. But I said to them, you got to remember, a lot of hard work goes into it. When I saw them fucking off or doing something weird, I'd say, I know musicians. And these guys work their ass off. They might look happy-go-lucky, but how many hours did you spend in your life not only sitting alone in a room with the guitar, but also going out on the road and playing in front of people and learning that, even if you're playing in front of two people, life can really suck and it's not that easy. I mean, there's a lot of hard years. There's no quick fix, right?
It's your 10,000 hours.
Your 10,000 hours. And you put them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have, too.
Yeah, I mean, we all do.
You used to sell mattresses.
I did. I still do. I was shocked to learn, though, in your life, one of the great romances was Stevie Nicks of Fleetwood Mac. And this was kept on the down low, even during your whacked out years.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
But she says you were the love of her life and probably still are. What, is she one of those people you had to call and make amends to? Wow.
She's special.
She was in love. One of the greatest songwriters ever, right? Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
No?
Well,
am I wrong?
I mean, songwriters, in the big picture, all of us from the 70s are memorable and notable, but I mean, the greatest songwriters are like guys from the 30s and 40s. And
do you really believe that? You don't believe Jimi Hendrix was a great songwriter? Paul Simon?
Yeah. Okay.
You don't consider yourself a great songwriter?
Well, I don't think it's fair to say one of the best ever to anybody.
But what a powerful couple. But Stevie Nicks and Joe Walsh.
Stevie's very high on the list.
Were you in love with her?
Did they write together?
I don't know. Did you guys ever write together?
She helped me do the Confessor album.
No kidding.
She rode shotgun with me on that one and gave me some direction, and she's really good at the craft of songwriting.
Which means what? Sitting down and really putting a pen to paper and actually trying to figure out the lick and all that?
Left to my own devices, I will have 85 pieces of paper with a couple words on each.
Right.
And people like her and my wife Marjorie now help me get 85 words on one piece of paper.
How do they help you do that? I mean, you're a songwriter. It's a creative process for you. How do they focus you to take all those 85 slips of paper and combine them into a song?
Well, my wife is a closer. That's what she does. When I say it's the part of me that was missing, I got a little attention deficit.
Right.
But in the 50s, that wasn't diagnosed. You were just difficult.
Right.
But I got it.
Yeah.
You know, I see that in one of my sons. I learned about it, and I had it screaming in the 50s.
It's one of those things that affects you where you can't keep your mind on one thing.
You can't complete tasks. I have a great idea, fantastic idea, and I get it started, and wait a minute, I have another idea. So there it sits.
You know, I'm reading a book about this. It's called Get Things Done.
Yeah.
Do you ever read this book?
No.
I've just started reading it. I just learned about it.
Yeah, so I have great ideas lying all over the place.
And what do you do? Do you speak into a little tape recorder? And how does the songwriting process go for Joe Walsh personally? Would you be fucking around with your guitar? You start to, pick at a few notes and go, that's cool? Or do you hear the song in your head first? You once told me years ago, you always have a song in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how do you get it out physically? Because don't you go, oh, my God, this is good. I don't want to lose this. What do you do? What's the first thing you do? So you don't forget it.
Well, you can carry around a little recorder.
Do you do that?
And put ideas down. When I remember to, yeah.
Because you need a giant inbox, so to speak. But by that I mean you need a place that whenever you get an idea, you just put it in there so you don't have to sit and worry. Didn't that worry you when you had a great hook or something and you'd say, oh, shit, I can't forget it, I can't, or you didn't care?
It depends. When I was wasted, I would write it down, except in the morning, it didn't make any sense.
Okay, a song like Life's Been Good So Far. Life's Been Good So Far. You're standing around one day. Do you hear the words first or the music?
Usually the music.
The music?
Yeah.
You heard...
It's real abstract, and I think it's the same for all of us. You hear an idea, and it's kind of a symmetry.
So did you hear? So when you say you heard an idea, symmetry, was it like? Yeah,
as a matter of fact, yeah.
That's what you heard.
Yeah.
And then you go, I don't know what the fuck to do with that.
Well, you go, okay, there's something.
Right. Now, what do you do with that? You go over to a tape recorder and you go...
I kind of have a place in my head
that it goes
with different drawers.
Really? And you retain this?
Yeah.
I wonder
I'm wondering, why don't you think this is something you've heard before? Like you're humming somebody else's tune.
I'm amazed that I would sit there and think how many songs he forgot that are in that drawer.
Well, think of how many songs never got written that people had. Yeah. Robin, you're right. Whatever you just said, I forgot.
Sometimes you think it's something you heard.
Yeah, right. Well, that's where you go, aha.
Right.
You mess around with old blues licks, and you mess around, and you realize, boy, this is fantastic. Oops. Except it's a Hendrix lick. And you think, oh, well, start again. But once in a while, you get a nibble.
Did you ever meet Hendrix?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you ever get to play with him?
Not live.
Not live.
Backstage.
You went backstage. Where was this?
Youngstown, Ohio.
Back in the early 70s?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're what? Doing a concert?
Yeah.
James Gang concert at that point?
James Gang, Hendrix, and Sly and the Family Stone.
All on the same bill.
Wow. Remember in those days?
Wow, yeah.
You had 3 headliners on the show.
And who opened that show?
We did.
The James Gang.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a show.
Yeah.
And then Sly and the Family Stone, and then I guess Hendrix.
Well, Sly never came out of his dressing room.
Yeah, right. But there's another guy. I mean, he's a difficult guy, right? He's had his problems.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever came out of them like you
Still
did.
going through it, yeah.
I don't think he made it.
No. Do you ever see him around?
No.
No. He's like a recluse.
There's been Sly sightings, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on some award show or something.
Yeah, but a few
It was
months
sad.
ago, we were reading that he was in a trailer parked outside somebody's house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God you didn't go that route.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And does that give you the shakes at night sometimes? So you go, shit, I could have really, really fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am so grateful to be alive and sober.
So Hendrix is backstage. And what happened?
He's backstage. We're in a like dressing room, which is like where a hockey team changes or something. You know,
not glamorous.
So yeah,
Right.
and he's there, and I finish, and we finish, and we're in the same dressing room. So he's sitting playing his guitar, and I come in with mine.
Right.
And
you have a jam session, so to speak.
a little bit. Yeah. I showed him my guitar, and he showed me his.
Do you get intimidated by a guy like that?
Nah, he was a wonderful guy. Of course, I'm intimidated.
By his talent, I mean.
By him. He had an aura. I mean, he had feathers on. I mean, it was terrifying.
Well, you talk about that. I read that Clapton and a bunch of other guys at the time who were considered top guitarists all went to see Jimi Hendrix when he first came on the scene. They went to a club and they all looked at each other and they went, shit, we don't even really play
what
the
the
guitar.
hell are we doing?
What are we doing? That was the famous story.
Generally thought by the community. Yeah, what the hell are we doing?
Did you feel that way?
Yeah,
you did when you played with. When you played with him, did he say, "Oh wow, Joe, maybe we should get together in a studio and do something together," or never got that far?
No, never got that far. But he showed me his guitar, and I paid attention to how the heavy strings, light strings,
right.
How high are the strings? What's the action? Because he was a tough one, because he was left-handed.
Right.
So everything was backwards. That's why he sounded like that. None of us right-handed guitar players could do what he was doing.
Was he playing a lefty guitar?
No.
He was playing a right-handed guitar
upside
with his
down.
Upside down. Oh, wow.
That's why he sounded like that.
Are you
and that's
kidding?
why we couldn't crack the code.
Oh, my God. That's
See?
fascinating. Yeah.
That's why we were all hitting ourselves in the head.
But that's why you're a great guitar player, because you're a student. You sit there. Those are the guitar lessons you talk about.
Yeah.
Sitting with Jimi Hendrix, it's a master class.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even if it's 3 or 4 minutes.
Right.
And I had a Les Paul, and he looked at that, and he was really, really nice, and just a good guy.
Isn't it weird too? Because Hendrix is, of course, remembered for his music, but also for the excesses, like the drug taking, fucking chicks, getting plaster cast on his dick. It takes away from his legend in a way. It really does.
That's the way it was back then. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You could get away with a lot of stuff back then that you can't now.
Right.
You probably noticed.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a whole different universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Joe, where do you think rock and roll is going? Speaking of back then and today, like there's not rock radio stations.
Boy, Robin, that's a good one,
Is rock dead?
Yeah, I think so, pretty much.
It's pretty dead because there's not a lot of rock and roll radio stations. And we were talking about this on the show the other day. We were talking about that it's almost like, I think Robin said it, that rock and roll is going to be like jazz in a way. It's going to be just this art form that existed and was big, and then some guys will still play it, but it's not going to have.
It's dead, but it's not dead, but it's not number one. Country's number one.
But I never thought I'd see the day that, you know, rock and roll was such a part of my life.
Howard, think of it. That's what Analog Man is all about.
Right. The new album.
The digital technology is nice, but along with it is this virtual world that we all go in more and more.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist. It's in a computer. It's an illusion. And we sit in chairs. Our bodies sit in chairs for hours waiting for our minds to come back.
Yeah.
I like side B.
Right.
I like cart machines. You know, it's different, man. It's different for us.
Yeah.
And the problem with the digital technology,
right?
It ate the record business.
It did, yeah.
It ate radio.
So you're not on Twitter, are you?
It ate intellectual property.
Doesn't that drive you crazy as an artist that, you know, a guy who's like you, like a musician who comes up now, they can't even sell a record because everything's out there for free. People don't go and buy DVDs and CDs.
I know.
They rip them off and that. It does seem unfair, right?
People ask me, what advice do you have for the upcoming musician? I don't have any. I'm trying to figure it out, too.
What is your game plan with the new CD? In other words, it's hitting the stores, I think, today, right? Tomorrow, all right? And you have a new single out. But what's the game plan? Can you really... Well, I guess you could go around the country and play these songs. It's almost like starting over. Joe Walsh is one of the biggest names in rock, and yet it's almost like you're starting over again. You got to go out, play for audiences, and introduce them to this music.
It's a fresh start for me.
So what are you going to do? What's the game plan?
Well, the deal with everything is, in lieu of record companies, the way to do it now is the social network. You have to get visible.
Yes.
If you can make people aware that you have a record out, they'll find it.
Right. So your game plan is to use social media and sort of get... Because like, look at some of the great artists. Paul McCartney just came out with an album. Nobody gave a shit. You know what I mean? Paul McCartney. It's like... It's like everyone has an even playing field now. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to bank on your name. It's just that you know, I feel great for guys like you who have an audience already, and you can go out and do a James Gang tour, or you could go do a Joe Walsh tour, or you could do an Eagles tour. So you're fine. Nothing's going to bother you. But when you put out new music like you just have, that's the conundrum. That's the thing that you can't figure out.
You can't assume that you're going to have a hit record.
No.
What's platinum now? 50,000 copies.
That's right. Go make a living doing that.
Woo!
Right. How many records How many records between the Eagles and the James Gang have you sold? And Joe Walsh solo stuff.
I don't know.
You never counted it up?
I lost count after about 85,000. I was counting them on my fingers.
You mean you really don't know, Joe? Isn't that an impressive number to know for yourself and look back and say, you know what, I can reflect on that number?
Probably, but in that category, I'm not really that big of a fish. Look at somebody like Jeff Lynne.
Now, Jeff Lynne produced your new record.
Yeah.
Jeff Lynne was, of course, of Electric Light Orchestra, ELO, and he's a great legendary...
That guy sold some records.
Did he?
Yeah.
More than you?
ELO, I think so.
But if you count the Eagles...
Well, Eagles, Eagles.
Eagles are one of the biggest selling bands of all time.
Yeah,
Hotel California, I think...
California
isn't that the
alone.
one album that... I think that's the #1 album for the Eagles ever.
Greatest hits.
Greatest hits.
Greatest hits.
Yeah, we go back and forth with Michael Jackson.
What's the best song you ever wrote? Seriously, out of all the songs. I have, I don't know if it was Funk 49, Walk Away. I don't know. I could name Rosemary.
Rosewood Bitters.
Rosewood Bitters is more. I think all these great songs. What is the greatest song you ever wrote that you're most proud
The
of?
one you love the most.
Yeah.
Eagles wise, I co-wrote "Life in the Fast Lane" with
Great
Don
song.
and Glenn.
Right.
Yeah.
Solo wise, probably Rocky Mountain Way.
Yeah, what a song. Do you still stop and listen to that on the radio? I mean, it's on the radio all the time on classic rock stations. If you hear it, will you stop and listen to it and go, man, that's a good fucking record? Or will
Who
you
wrote
just
that?
Yeah, will you just tune by and say I don't want to hear it again?
One of the things that makes it magic is it's a bunch of guys playing in a room.
Right. Rocky Mountain Way.
You're listening to how it was made.
That groove you can't do with Pro Tools.
No. And you remember when you came up with that, or were you so drunk? Like, was that part of your drunken formula where, like, hey, I get really high and I write? Do you remember any of that process of writing that great song?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What was the process on that one?
I was in Colorado.
Right.
I had left the James Gang. I was worried that I might have made a mistake.
It's scary.
Yeah.
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 Because that was a successful entity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we were doing fine.
Why did you leave?
Three-piece band. I just got saturated with playing really loud and being like a kick-ass guitar guy.
Right.
Playing through Marshalls and stuff.
Why, you thought on your own you could, tone it down?
I was hearing all these songs like with a piano.
And they didn't want that. The other two guys were against it.
Kinda.
And also your audience demanded you be a certain sound. So if you went to a piano, you were afraid the audience would reject. So you just said, fuck it, I'll leave the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did those guys want to kill you for breaking up something successful?
No.
Did you call to apologize to them when you got sober?
I didn't have to really apologize. I apologized when I quit. I just said, guys, I can't do this. I'm a musician too.
Yeah.
And I gotta go have a look at that.
And so so you were scared, you were in Colorado.
I'm in Colorado, okay. And I have an album done, which was the Barnstorm album, the first solo album I did. And I'm mowing the lawn. And
you were mowing the lawn?
I was mowing the lawn, yeah.
Rock stars mow lawns?
I didn't have any words for Rocky Mountain Way, but we had the track done.
Right.
And I'm just dead in the water about this song. What is it about?
You mean you just hear music? There's no vocal. There's no tune, really, except that.
If there were words, I hear where they go.
But you don't have the actual words.
I don't know what they are.
So how do they come to you?
Well, I'm mowing the lawn. I look up, and there's the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains with snow on them in the summer.
Right.
And it knocked me back because it was just beautiful. And I thought, well, I have committed. I'm in Colorado. It's too late to regret the James Gang. The Rocky Mountain Way is better than the way I had because the music was better. And I got the word bam. And he's telling us this, tells us that, change it every day. That's about the James Gang's manager.
Right.
We don't need the ladies crying because the story's sad. That's giving up the regret of leaving the James Gang. And I got all those words all at once, and I ran into the house to write the words down. And the lawnmower kept going over into the neighbor's yard, and ate the garden. It was an expensive song to write, but...
Oh, I got the chills when you tell me that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I get the chills because that's such a fucking cool process. I wish I had that ability.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Do you have trouble with your neighbors? You had a neighbor, you had a problem where some neighbor was like stalking you or something, or you had to go to court with the guy, or there was something, he came over with
Oh, yeah, that guy.
What happened there?
He finds pieces of property and builds houses on them.
Right.
And they shouldn't really have houses on them.
Right.
But he has friends at City Hall.
Oh.
And,
it's a complicated life.
I was wishing he wasn't doing that.
Right.
So I didn't help him.
I see. He got frustrated with you.
And he got frustrated, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
It's complicated being Joe Walsh sometimes. But now it seems like it's a lot simpler. You got the wife, you're happy.
Oh, it's so much simpler.
Now, let me say that Joe Walsh's new solo album, Analog Man, is in stores tomorrow. Hey, I didn't finish the thought, though, with Stevie Nicks. Yeah. I mean, you two became this couple, and she says you are the love of her life.
All those songs were about Joe?
Yeah. She wrote one about me, yeah.
What was the big one about you?
Joe?
Joe just fell asleep.
Yeah.
He's thinking of the name.
I'm trying to I'm embarrassed. I don't
Was it a Fleetwood Mac song, or was it from one of her solos?
One of her solos.
One of her solo albums?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stand there.
Has anyone ever wrote a song for you?
Hell no. I wish you
No,
would.
that's how the song goes. Stupid.
Shit. When are you going to write a song about me? Actually, I got a...
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I got an email from Leslie West. He claims he has an idea. He was thinking of me. He wants to write a song about me. I'm very honored.
That's flattering.
I feel like a hot chick.
Well, you better wait till you hear it first.
Yeah.
Give my best to Leslie.
I will. You know he lost his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but he's doing well.
Yeah.
He has a great spirit about him.
He's a great guy.
And a great guitar player.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Now, there's a guy that could probably be on Rolling Stone's list.
Yes.
Where the hell's he?
Exactly.
He's not on the list either?
That's right. Well, anyway, the legendary Joe Walsh, who is doing so well, happily married now.
Happily
Very happy
married.
for Joe.
And Ringo is your brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law.
Do you
guys
hang?
get together?
Yeah, we hang.
You do.
Do you sign autographs?
Joe, do you sign autographs? Because Ringo has stopped signing everything.
I signed his name for him.
You do.
That's why he got me.
Ringo comes over the house, and it's like a family get-together.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I mean, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah,
He says, sign all these albums for me. I'm done.
You get along with each other?
Very well.
You do.
You know, he's so down to earth. Paul, too, for what those guys have been through.
Right.
And the really good positive energy. And in terms of a family, I got this huge family that came along with my wife. And it's a dynamic I'd never been around because they're really close. And learning to be part of is one of the things that has opened me up.
Right.
And made me feel, given me confidence, which is something I never had. That's why I drank.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not drinking. I'm glad you're healthy.
So having Ringo, his insight and his wisdom has helped me with my life and as a human being, besides the music part of it.
Yeah, he seems like a real good. I mean, I don't know. I got to know Paul McCartney a little bit. What a amazing guy.
Yeah.
I mean, something else.
Yeah.
I always say, you talk about guys who strip it down, so to speak, who are analog men. I was talking the other day, I heard a song of his that I hadn't heard in years. It was from his first solo album after he left the Beatles. It was Turn It Up. What's the name of that song?
Ooh You.
Ooh You. And I love this song, Ooh You, but it's so fucking stripped down. And in fact, he's in his studio doing it, and he says, turn it up. He's talking to the engineer. It became part of the song.
Yeah.
That's the shit I like.
That's analog.
That's analog. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You and Ringo, you and Ringo ever swap sisters? Would that ever happen? Like you do him?
Howard, I'm not going to stoop to that mentality. Let's go get our asses waxed.
Right. Listen, this. Oh, and by the way, the single is "Lucky That Way." I'll play a little.
Is that right? I want to hear. Yeah.
Let me see. "Lucky That Way" sounds like your life now. Joe Walsh. The new solo album, Analog Man. And that's in stores tomorrow. Why do you always do that? In a lot of your songs, when you're singing about yourself, you say, I'm not that special. I'm like, you know.
But you may know me.
Even like in Life's Been Good, you're like, yeah, my fans love me, but I'm not that great an artist. Why do you put yourself down in your own songs?
Well, I could either explain it or you could listen to the song.
Okay. It's in there, okay.
Oh, it's in there, all right. It feels good to be you.
It does. Listen to the chorus.
I am.
Oh, yeah. But here comes the chorus.
When you wrote you had a Maserati, did you really have the Maserati?
It would be logical.
But do you really have the palm trees in the swimming pool now?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we come. This is it.
There you go.
I'm just lucky that way.
Yeah.
What is it, Gary? How dare you interrupt my... He's handing me a piece of
I'm
paper.
going to tell you what it is.
Oh, here. Oh.
That's a song that Stevie wrote for Joe. God, she must have loved you.
What was the song?
The song is called Has Anyone Ever Written Anything For You, as Joe said. And I thought he was talking to me. Listen to this lyric. You know I'd rather be alone than be without you, don't you know? She'd rather be alone than be without you. What the fuck did you do to this girl? You must
He's just lucky that way.
You must have banged her silly. Were you in love with her?
As a sister.
Really? God, she was. I mean, I imagine this was the 70s, right?
I mean, she's like a soulmate, you know.
You still talk to her?
Once in a while.
This was like in the 70s, right? I mean, was there a more beautiful, physically beautiful woman than Stevie Nicks and all that talent? I mean, you would think that's the whole package. I mean, that would be my fantasy.
Were you not into her?
No, I was, Robin. That didn't come out right. All I'm saying is that we were seeking refuge, kind of, in each other's presence.
Because you both were into drugs at that point?
Kind of, yeah, there was that part of it, but we were on the road, we had careers, we were both lonely.
Why did you never marry her? Did the thought cross your mind at one point?
No.
And you never thought that way even in terms of like a powerful couple? Like, oh my God, there's two incredibly powerful people in rock and roll.
Or maybe that would have been too much.
Well, the relationship came and ran its course, as rock and roll relationships do.
Does it get competitive? Like, do you sit there and she was in Fleetwood Mac at that point, I guess?
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't.
No.
She was a solo, or she was in Buckingham next.
Yeah.
And does it get competitive? Is that the problem? Like, you could never really marry another singer-songwriter because the two of you sit there and drive each other nuts with that stuff, career?
What made it possible was that we toured together.
Right. So when you toured together, it's
and we spent all that time together.
But you were not monogamous with her, so she probably got jealous too. Because knowing you back in those days, you were not going to be limited to one woman. True? You weren't going to be limited to one drink and not one woman. You were an addict.
We were both monogamous for that summer.
That's a pretty long time.
Yeah.
So you
A
felt
whole
something for
season.
her. Well, yeah, in rock and roll, that's 10 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. When we stopped touring, we
Drifted apart.
I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to.
Look at you. What a life.
But do you think you could have been with somebody as powerful and talented as Stevie?
No, I don't think either of us could have committed to a lasting relationship in the state that we were in.
You surprised Steven Tyler's a judge on American Idol? Seriously. I mean, Steven Tyler's one of the great songwriter, great rock and roll stars.
I don't exactly know why he's doing that.
I had heard that it was for the money. That literally he had gone through so much money that it was like a $10 million payday.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You held on to a lot of your money, even though all the marriages and getting high and everything. How did you manage to hold on to your money? I know you're worth $164 million.
You know that?
I do.
Who'd you hear that from?
Your accountant told me.
He's still got $164 million on his own.
No one told me, but I read it on the internet that you were worth around $164 million. And that makes sense to me, between the Eagles
and all the music,
and royalties and touring. But you could have lost it all, right?
I did.
You lost every dime you had?
Pretty much.
When was that?
When I went into recovery.
No kidding.
And then, in 1994, the Eagles decided to go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a clean start.
And they came to you and said, Joe, we're putting you in the band, but you got to get clean, right?
We can't do it without you. And we can't do it unless you're sober. Don and Glenn said that to me.
They saved your life.
It was an intervention. And they were real brothers when they did that.
That's right.
Because that's what I needed.
It motivated you.
You were broke?
So you are not worth $164 million.
No, I'm not.
Right. Because you got to get back, that's a lot of money. Does that bother you? Does that bother you at all that you pissed away a lot of money?
Not the money, the time.
You lost a lot of time in your life.
Yeah. There's like 12 years in there. I wish I had back.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But, I'm alive. I'm here.
It's true, because when you go through life that way, that high, it's like, wow, I don't even know what the fuck I did. There's so many things I could have learned.
Based on all accounts, I had a great time.
But you don't remember.
I probably remember more.
Yeah, you know more than I do.
I remember doing a TV show, and I wanted you to be a guest,
Howard,
and you
what do you
slept through
ask
it.
when I'm me all these questions? You know more than
I
me.
know, that's so true. All right, listen, Joe Walsh, it's exciting. New music from Joe. Analog Man is in stores tomorrow.
Hi, Marjorie, I love you.
Marjorie, I love you too, baby.
And Robin, I love you too.
I love you, Joe.
Hope you're feeling better.
JoeWalsh.com is where you can go to get all your Joe information. And Joe, anytime you come and see us, you know I like it. Next time, come back with a full album only about me. America's Sweetheart.
I'm going to call Leslie.
Call Leslie.
I think we could write a good song about you.
I think it's time you two teamed up and wrote a song about
That
me.
would be good.
I don't need you to make amends or anything like that with me. I'm fine with you.
Well, after we write the song, we may need to. Yeah.
The great and legendary Joe Walsh. Thanks, Joe.
Joe. That was so cool.
Yeah.
What elements would a song about Howard Stern have to contain? If you were gonna get together with Leslie and write a song, what does a Howard Stern themed song sound like?
Funky.
Yeah.
Kind of funky, kind of Ramones.
Little funk, a little punk.
Yeah, yeah, funky punk or punky funk. Something like that. Words. parts of it really nice and friendly, and parts of it awful. You know, like Howard.
Reflects his personality.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to talk to Leslie West, and I'll get back to you with more of it.
Cool. I think that would be a great song to hear.
Now, we got to think of stuff that rhymes with stern.
Burn.
That's your homework assignment.
Burn is my first word. He's got a fire inside him.
Yeah. What rhymes with stern? Well, no, I'm not going to go there. Great to be back.
Joe, it's great seeing you. One quick thing I was going to ask you. You guys seem very like-minded when you talk about, digital technology and the virtual world and its influence on music. Do you think Howard's an analog man in spirit? The way he approaches his show and the love of the performance and some of the errors that come along with it?
Howard wouldn't be Howard without all those analog years of being on the radio and, like I say, cart machines and stuff. Howard's very good and belongs in the digital age. I know about it too, but Howard wouldn't be Howard without all those years of knowledge and insight of the analog days. That's all I'll say.
All right, Joe. Best of luck with the new album.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Friend and show is Old Friends Week at the Stern Show. Today's Joan Rivers.
Okay.
Okay?
She's got a new book out,
Yes, I know. I read about it in the newspaper yesterday.
You know what it's called? It's very similar to what I think you would title the book.
Yeah,
The first line is, I hate everyone.
That's it.
And then she says, starting with me. But I don't think you feel that way about yourself.
I don't hate myself.
You love yourself.
No, I don't.
I love you. Good morning, Joan.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm a little disappointed because you don't have your ice cream machine anymore.
We got rid of that?
I think so.
That's not right.
I didn't see it. Not right.
We lured you with ice cream, then we took it away.
Very important. Good morning, good morning. Otherwise, I'm fine, thank you.
And you have a new book out, so...
I have a new book called Joan Rivers, I Hate Everybody, and it's the first book of comedy that was ever banned. Very excited.
It's already been banned?
It's been banned by, I'm not allowed to say the name, Costco.
That's kind of cool, though.
Beyond cool.
I mean...
Beyond cool, that means the nice thing is no very fat people will be able to buy it and hide it in their folds.
But everywhere else you can pick it up.
Everywhere else you can pick it up.
Just not if you want to buy bulk
No, you
food
can't
items.
buy it in bulk, can't buy a pallet. You can go to BJ's and buy it.
Well, welcome.
So that's what's going on. I'm thrilled to be here.
Good to see you again, Joan.
It's good to be going on the air like a real big person. And how is Howard now that he's rich?
I think he's doing well. I think he's enjoying this
Who is
run
he
on
on with?
AGT.
He's on with
It's Howie Mandel.
and Sharon.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I think he's enjoying this run, though.
He should. He should have done this a long time ago.
You've said it since the beginning.
From the beginning. He's terrific.
All right, I'll let you get to Howard.
Thank you.
There's one other interesting thing, Howard. It's funny. Tim had dinner with David Brenner last night.
Yeah.
And David Brenner's like trying to figure out how to reinvent himself and everything. But the question is like, Joan has sort of managed to remain iconic, and I know it's because she's funny. But there's a lot. Maybe it's because Joan just never stops. Maybe that's why. But she's certainly put herself in a place.
Well, she's also like, she's willing to say shit that like David Brenner won't.
I guess that's what it is.
She's outrageous.
I got to tell you, I just filled her in on Robin in very broad strokes because she didn't know anything, and she's already got. She cracked like 3 jokes in there that made me laugh my ass off.
Oh no!
No, they're not bad. They're not. They're just stupid. But they're nothing that will insult. Robin will laugh at them, and I would tell them to you, but I want you to laugh at them.
Okay. Hey, Joan Rivers is here. Joan Rivers just came out with yet another new book, I Hate Everyone, Starting With Me. It's in stores today. A living legend.
Now, is she calling herself a living legend now?
I'm calling her a living legend. She's an icon, don't you think?
I didn't know if that was in the copy or if you said that yourself.
No, I'm calling her a living legend. I'm calling
All right.
Joan a living legend.
I certainly think so.
What?
Thank you.
You refuse to do the show without Robin?
I don't do the show unless Robin is sitting there.
Robin's gotten so lazy with this show that she does it from home now.
That bitch has lost so much weight.
That's right.
You can't find me
I love you on the thing with Howie Mandel and Sharon.
America's Got Talent.
Oh, well, you know the name. I don't have to learn it.
Yeah, why did you need to learn that? And why do you need to be bothered? I enjoy doing it, I believe it or
You
not.
look like you enjoy doing
I'm
it.
having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, what is left to do in my career except shock everyone with doing a family show?
Yeah.
I mean, really, when you think about it, who would have expected that one?
But you're so cute, and so I go back to NBC when they had you in that closet.
Yeah.
Remember?
Right. Yeah,
So
long way.
You should have done this a long time ago.
It's funny. Gary was just in here. We were talking about you behind your back, and I said, and he said, we know we have had so many comics on our show over the years, and we were just naming all the people who kind of have disappeared in terms of their careers. And Gary goes, don't you think it's amazing that Joan Rivers, I mean, really think about it. Like, she's still relevant and funny and like really has a real career as opposed to like a Mercy booking somewhere.
Yeah, right. Thank God.
Yeah, and it is amazing. So he said, what do you think the secret is? And I said, I think the secret is she's funny. She's like...
She's actually talented.
I keep looking over.
Yeah, I know, but I can't imagine... Oh, you keep looking over for Robin.
For Robin.
Right.
Get his stupid voice.
Well, I keep looking for her, and I want them to tape a picture of her over there.
What are you people talking about? What are you talking about?
But no, it's hard work. No, yes,
because
funny.
aren't there days where you go, I don't want to keep up with pop culture?
No.
Honestly.
I don't want to keep up. I don't want, if one more person says, I love John Carson, who gives a shit?
Nobody remembers John.
The man is disintegrated even in his coffin.
Right.
There's nothing left there except 3 bones.
Although I did watch a special on Johnny Carson, and you were a part of it.
And
you were very complimentary to him.
And they cut out the one part, the truth. It's where I called him, and he hung up on me. And they have all these people saying, look who's saying it. The producer who hates me, who I hate.
They cut that out.
And they have the people saying she never called him.
Oh.
And I called the producer. Then they wanted me to do PR for it. And I called them up. I said, you have just perpetrated a lie.
Right.
Well, Johnny's wife, I said, the 3rd wife with the implants.
Right.
Yeah, she was walking the beach looking for him in Malibu. I know how she met him.
Johnny's wife has a say on this special?
Yes, she decided. Alex decided.
Is it true that...
Number 22.
Is it true that your birthday is coming up?
Yeah.
Can I say...
79. How about that?
I didn't know if you gave that out, but...
That's amazing.
Can you believe you're 79?
No. I'm in perfect health. That's the joke. And everyone around me is dropping dead.
Because I can't even believe it's 79. Like, when you wake up in the morning that you even care
I don't even think
about your career. I really can't believe it.
But I love what I do.
Yeah,
What
I
am
know, but like...
Howard, they just banned my book. How fabulous is that?
Yeah, that was weird.
Fabulous. It's some asshole.
Who is banning
But
your
where
book?
was it banned, by the way?
I'm not
Walmart?
allowed to say the name, so you have to give me a hint.
Okay, Walmart?
No.
No? Costco?